HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134 to 120. Mike Brown and Darvin Ham meet at half court, and the Kings being applauded by members of the Lakers now as we have post-game opportunities looming here for various conversations.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21 rebound, and 12 assist triple-double, while Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 3-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up today, CBS Sports' Dave Richard joins us at 7:27, followed by the Athletics' Sam Amick at 8, and the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa, joins us at 8:13 from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Starting the Carmichael Dave Show. That a good idea? No Jason Ross still. That's okay. He'll be back one day. Right here on Sactown Sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Wonderful day.
You gotta turn off the lights. Can't tell it's lit on the chat. Looks dull. Your beam looks dull.
My beam is lit. It's a lit beam. See you later, Lakers. Laker fans.
Or like losers.
Yeah. L Street's that way. Welcome in. I'm Dave. That is Jay. As he mentioned, Jason on a much-deserved vacation. And it is a fine, fine day indeed. It's what we call Getaway Day.
Yes.
So
we're getting away.
We will, this is no joke. Like, honest to God, it's no joke. We are the only people on either story of this 2-story building.
Let's not advertise that.
Other than security.
Other
than our armed and really, really angry security.
Super angry. Do not approach them.
Do not even make eye contact.
People that come pick up their tickets are like terrified to do so.
Other than our 12-person security force that is fully armed, we're the only people here, so screw it. Adults at play are away, and kids will play, or whatever that saying is. Good morning, good morning, good morning. A win is a win is a win, 134 to 120. The highest scoring team in the NBA, your Sacramento Kings, are now 17-13, and some of the stank of that Charlotte game has worn off. And honestly, if you'd have told me, again, the loss sucked. But if you'd have said to me on Sunday, hey, Kings are going to lose one of the next two, I'd far rather lose to the Hornets and beat the Lakers all day long.
Well, I think that's literally everybody.
Leading off in a second, we have a packed show for you today.
Packed show.
You noticed this morning in our pre-show that I was yawning.
Yes.
When I last looked at the clock last night, it was after midnight. Because I am a child, and if there's popcorn and candy available, of which there was popcorn and candy available, I will just pound it and pound it and pound some more. So by the time the fourth quarter hit yesterday, I was basically a meth addict. I was just talking trash to Laker fans, having
Carmichael 8-ball.
Yes. And there was a highlight and 2 major lowlights last night. Giants ace Logan Webb was sitting right near us, and we finally got a chance to meet.
Oh, just about Carlos?
I did not. Of course.
What a loser.
Hey,
What opportunity?
It was a couple of Kings fans talking, and I wasn't going to be like, oh, hey, by the way, your thoughts on Carlos.
Well, you're both Giants fans, too.
Yes. I assume he's a Giants fan. Also, Sammy Long was there, too, with him and a couple of their other buddies.
Did you get his number? Is he going to be on the show?
He is going to be on the show.
Awesome.
He did agree to come on the show. That was a great highlight. And I'll give you one more highlight and then a low light and then the worst top 5 low light perhaps of my career. The next highlight was when he introduced himself. He said, "I'm a huge fan."
Oh boy!
Wow, right? Like what an
I know where this is going.
What an ego boost. Logan Webb, huge fan. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Rockland born and raised.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm going to save the lowest of low lights. I'm going to pause there because at one point they had a t-shirt toss. And of course, like anyone, they're standing up looking for t-shirts. Scott Moak, the PA announcer, fires 4 t-shirts my way to throw in the crowd. And so I go to throw one. I make eye contact with Logan. They're standing up. I go to throw one. He's in the aisle. He gets in a catcher's stance. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool.
You're going to pitch to Logan Webb.
I was pitching a t-shirt to Logan Webb. I wind up the 0-0 pitch. Fastball, 4 rows to the left.
Boy.
That was just
good work.
In front of everyone, I just pulled it. A lot of wind
Looking
in there.
like Rick Vaughn.
A lot of wind, though. I got to say, a lot of wind in there. It was blowing to the left. Anyways, back to the lowest of lowlights. The second half of that statement. I'm a big fan of yours. I grew up listening to you.
Okay. Feel like the letdown's imminent.
I grew up listening to
you. Or is this like the low is that you feel old? Oh, shut up. I
am an ace on a major league staff, a full-grown adult. And I grew up listening to you.
That makes sense. You've been doing this a long time.
Shut up, Jay.
I mean,
anyways, if I make it through all 3 hours, if I don't have some sort of heart attack or just die of old age, I'll be amazing. So We'll all do our best. And let's start with leading off right now.
Let's do it.
It's time for leading off.
Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number 1.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134-120. Mike Brown and Darvin Ham meet at half court. And the Kings being applauded by members of the Lakers now as we have post-game opportunities looming here for various conversations.
Yeah, we're like Darvin Turkey because his team got cooked.
Cook a ham, too.
Oh. Yeah, it's true, actually. But then what am I going to say? More like Darvin Ham?
Yeah, it works.
I guess so, yeah.
Old Darv. Felt bad for Darv. Darvin Ham looked last night just like, all right, please, LeBron, save us because nobody else will.
I am aware that not everybody can afford to attend games. I'm very aware that it's not super easy just to go to a game. If you get a chance, I do have to say this. Kings won. Yay. Screw the Lakers. All of them. But if you get a chance, if you haven't, to see LeBron James play in person, it is worth the price of admission alone. I found myself throughout the night just watching him without the ball, he is just on a different level IQ wise than anyone on the floor. It's a different ball game for him. And there was a pass he made in the second quarter. It was a two-handed sideways cross-court skip pass. I don't know how he got it between the packed key, but he did. And I want to say the guy probably missed the three. I don't even remember. I just remember seeing that pass and going, that's the best play I will see all night long, and no one, it's not noticeable.
You know what was the fun one for me last night, and Katie kind of pointed this out a little bit on the broadcast, but not really. It was when he basically committed an offensive foul on Harrison Barnes, and you would have never known it until watching the slow replay.
Yeah.
When Harrison got hit with that elbow in motion. I didn't think LeBron hit him. And then it's like, it was just the way when you saw the slow motion, I'm like, oh, he did that intentionally.
Yeah.
And he hit it so well.
He did. He really did.
Dirty, but respect. You're 38. You can do that.
He knows all the tricks. He's quite frankly the greatest player I've ever watched, and I've seen a few. He just is, and I think in any era he would be the most dominant player. Any era, any era. And I'm a Jordan guy, as most of us are. LeBron's just a different guy, dude. He's a different guy. But he's also holding a big fat L right now.
Yeah.
much more on this later. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
He looks right, comes left, throws down the sideline, wide open, George Kittle, 30, 20, cuts inside 10, cuts inside again, touchdown! San Francisco!
Feels great, baby! Number 2 on our leading off was the Thursday night game tonight, Jags and Jets. I made a command decision.
Playoff implications.
I know. Jags and Jets.
Battle of the Jays.
I'll watch.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll have it on.
You don't even have to talk about it tomorrow, right?
That is true. That might be cutting into my. I've got spades night tonight because it's technically a weekend, so we're gonna play spades. Maybe we'll have it on in the background as.
I'm excited for the day that your spades games evolve to bridge. That's what I know you'll. Not the Logan Webb telling you that.
We had this conversation 2 weeks ago, Jay. I know we got a break. Me and my buddy, we had this conversation. We said, isn't this really just a preview of when we're playing bridge in 5-10 years? 100. I have no idea how to play bridge.
You will.
You know what? It's basically a preamble to bridge. Do we have to hit pinochle first?
I don't know. I think you can go right to bridge. I don't think bridge needs a bridge.
I am 100% going to be an old man eating like a tuna fish sandwich and orange juice and playing bridge. Talking about the doctor's appointment I have tomorrow for my blood pressure. That's all I have to look forward to. Just the sweet, sweet release of death. Hey, but before that, as you drive towards the end, why not drive in a beautiful Hoblet vehicle? You can save so much money. You're never too old to save money. Up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cats. $2,500 off MSRP on new 2022 Jeep Wranglers, Rubicons, Saharas. You pick. By the way, there's a $7,500 federal income tax credit. What do you guys think? Aunga is right. Ends next week. Well, December 31st. Number 1 Ram truck dealer in California. Number 3 in the whole country in Little Woodland. Just 5 minutes from the airport. It's right there. No dealer markup. How about that on the most popular Ram and Jeep models? JD Power Customer Service Award winners for excellence. Customer first dealership, says JD Power, since 2019. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Get up there, save money, like everyone else does, and they've done for so many years. That family-owned dealership. Hey, tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. The defending champs are in danger of not making the playoffs. Hey, we're not talking about the Rams because they're out. How about the Warriors? Now, granted, listen, I'm not buying any of this. That was a first take type tease I just did. I'm not buying any of this garbage. Here, breaking. Do you have the breaking news, Ben? If you wouldn't mind.
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
The Golden State Warriors are not good without Steph Curry. This just in. When they don't have Steph Curry, they're not good. They're a non-playoff 500 or below team. Back to you.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. I mean,
good analysis.
It's dumb.
And they weren't very good, though, with him this year.
No, but I'm not buying it because I've been looped into this too many times. I call it the Chuck Liddell effect. And it's my own personal effect that I made up. But once upon a time, I just didn't have really much. I didn't think Chuck Liddell was that great. UFC fighter, light heavyweight champion.
Heard of him.
And because he just was really a puncher and a guy who could sprawl and avoid takedowns. So you know what I did? I bet against him every single time he fought. Until one time I said, I'm never betting against him again until he loses. I'm just not doing it.
And that was the day he lost.
And then he lost like 2 fights later, Randy Couture. But yeah, they rope-a-dope you. And we've seen this. We talked about it yesterday, Jay. We talked about it with the Pistons, the Lakers, the Spurs, all these teams that tend to not hit their stride no midseason. These are the defending champions. Klay Thompson is a year older, but he's a year healthier. I still refuse to believe that the entire young core of that team has all of a sudden forgotten how to play basketball.
I mean, the young core of that team wasn't great to begin with. And when I say that, I want to talk about the 3 first-round picks over the last couple of years.
Well, let's point out, by the way, that James Wiseman in 28 minutes had 30 points last night. I know that's not,
Yeah, in a blowout loss.
He was 12 of 14, 30 points and 6 boards to go with only 1 turnover. I don't care if you're playing against a team's bench the whole game, which he wasn't, but that all I'm saying is should be encouraging because this is a guy that was in the G League a couple weeks ago, but look at what they got. There was no Klay Thompson. He was taking a rest day. Other than Wiseman, your leading scorers were Moses Moody and Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Yeah, not great.
It's not great, but I refuse to believe that when it comes down to April, that the Warriors aren't going to be in the thick of things. Maybe they don't win the championship. They don't look like a championship team this year, but let me hearken, if you will, back to a year ago. And all we cared about was seeing the Suns and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, and then whoever won that would win the championship. That was the talk. Suns didn't make it. Suns won 64 games last year. They didn't make it. The championship Warriors, they won 53 games. That put them at the 4th best record in the NBA, 1 game ahead of the Dallas Mavericks, 2 games ahead of the Celtics and Bucks and Sixers. They're the defending champions. And really all they need is a chip and a chair and some health. And I think they're going to be fine. However, in the meantime, this road trip, 1-5, they can't win or have a major difficulty in winning away from home. They are 3-16 away from home. They are 3-16. Just to give you an idea, not you, but the Royal you an idea. You play 41 road games a year. That means you can't go 500 on the road. You're either a game above or a game below. That's simple math. Which means that the most games they can lose and go above 500 on the road is 20. They're 4 games away from that right now, and we're still in December.
That's why when, there's all the talk, they're the defending champs, they're going to turn it back on. I get it. I understand that. But this team is like coming off of a title historically bad. The only team that's looked worse than them was, I believe the stat was the 98-99 Bulls, which by the way, completely ripped that team apart from the year before.
Yes.
This is the only thing we've seen close to that. This team has not been good. I think, you and Jason have been on this one for a while, that the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green scuffle was way more than they've made it out to be.
It was.
They can try to say they've buried it. I don't buy that.
Nope. They're going to have to do something. And it's further complicated. This is where the drama gets really crazy because Bob Myers he's on a lame duck deal like Monty McNair.
Yes.
You saw the Pistons GM get an extension yesterday to go with Rob Pelinka. I mean, you're talking, listen, I'll take the Pistons GM. I can at least give him credit for a couple of things, but let's be honest. I got the number 1 pick. I'm drafting Cade Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, good job. I actually looked at his moves, what he got for Jeremy Grant, the trade with the Kings. Not impressive. Rob Pelinka is one of the worst GMs in the league. They both get extensions. Bob Myers is a lame duck, and I ain't buying it, dude.
That he's a lame duck?
No. I'm not. Here's the thing. We're not spending enough time looking at this. Joe Lacob and that ownership group have been very clear and demonstrated they're willing to spend money. Money is very little, if not an object to them. Look at their payroll. Look at their commitments. Why is the architect of the dynasty that is the Golden State Warriors, one of the architects, how is he on a lame duck in late December? Coming off a championship. That is a story. I don't buy that they're just like, we'll deal with it at the end of the year, or we're not really sure. Hold on, something's wrong there. There's a reason why that should be a formality. That's not a ton of money in the big scheme of things. I don't care if they're paying him $10 million a year. That's not a lot of money for them. Something is rotten in San Francisco with the basketball team. I mean, so I this is a weird thing. And you mentioned the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green thing. Yeah. But that Bob Myers thing is something else. So you got to make a move.
Yeah.
Are you empowered? Are you even empowered to make a move?
What's the move, though, I guess? Like, what's the fix? There's nothing that sticks out.
I think you got to trade Draymond Green.
I think so.
For a number of reasons.
Well, I think the biggest reason is outside of the locker room stuff, which, again, is just I think it's been percolating all season, and nobody wants to talk about it. But he wants some big money coming up. You can't do that at this point.
You can't.
And even at the expense of angering Clay and Steph.
Yeah.
You can't pay him that money.
At some point, you've got to talk to Clay and Steph and say, hey, listen. I mean, here's what I'd say. If it was Bob Myers, Joe Lacob, whoever, go to Clay and Steph and say, hey, listen, or go to Steph and say, hey, listen, I got to trade Clay or I got to trade Dre.
You pick.
And we never had this talk, but I want you to know, or don't pick. And then I'll make the decision so you have plausible deniability.
I don't think Steph Curry would ever pick one.
I don't think he would either, but I think it's important to go to him and say, I just want you to know you would have the pick. Golden State has the highest payroll in the National Basketball Association. Steph Curry is signed through 25-26. Klay Thompson is signed through next year. Andrew Wiggins is signed through 2027. Jordan Poole is signed through 2027. And those numbers alone make up $150 million roughly. $150 million between those guys. And by the way, that alone would put you at the 13th highest payroll in the league. And you still have Draymond Green, and aging Draymond Green coming up. You have to trade him. You have to look at a team that needs a guy like that. I'm not saying we do. Not going to say that. We'll take a break. I want to mess with this chemistry. When we come back, let's look back on last night's game. We've got some sound. We've got 3 in the key. And Jay, are we doing trivia? Are we leading off with trivia? Should I throw the phone number? Okay, 1-800-920-1140. Get in Kings and Nuggets tickets. Your chance to see Nikola Jokic next.
Log on to Sactown Sports' YouTube channel following every Kings game this season for the Sactown Sports Kings Recap. Carmichael Dave, Nick Cattles, Rami Makloff, and Chris Watkins interact with you directly after every Kings game all season long. Subscribe now and get notifications by searching for Sactown Sports on YouTube.
Kings get the victory, and the celebration continues
on Sactown Sports,
the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Fedornan, KCRA 3 Weather Center. Areas of low clouds and fog this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. We will see temperatures warming into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Expect to have a chance for some sprinkles overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's cold and rainy outside, everyone knows Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a $79 furnace tune-up. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
At Folsom Lake Honda, in addition to great prices on new Hondas, we stock the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax vehicle history report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. The primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
We are in the giving spirit here at RC Willey. Hurry in to wrap up your holidays with huge savings throughout the store. Holiday savings in furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. RC Willey in Rockland and South Sacramento near Elk Grove. RC Willey, your home, your way.
At Lowe's, it pays to be a pro. Now through January 6th, Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards members earn 1 bonus point for every dollar spent on qualifying purchases with the Lowe's Business Credit Account. Redeem bonus points for cool rewards for your business. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Subject to credit approval, Lowe's terms and exclusions. See Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points and Lowe's.com/L/Pro loyalty term for details. U.S. only.
Do you take pride in your holiday gift purchases? Or are you someone who just wants to get the whole gift buying ordeal over with? Hi, Doug Christie here, and I'm both. I do like giving great gifts, but I don't have tons of time to do so. So if you're like me, listen closely. Plus, I'll even save you 20% during the holiday season. I'm talking about Good Feet Arch Supports. Surprise? You shouldn't be. At last count, roughly 80% of all adults suffer or will suffer from foot-related pain issues. These tend to be active people and people working on their feet, anywhere from 35 to 64. Sound like anyone on your gift list? And during the holidays, when you buy a Good Feet Arch Support gift certificate, the Good Feet store will add 20% to its value. That's a 20% bonus free. And remember, Good Feet Arch Supports come with a lifetime warranty. So you're giving a lifetime of unmatched comfort, balance, and support. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto, online, goodfeet.com.
It's time to get your wallet back in top condition. Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell is back. Saturdays, 10 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports.
Talkin' Money.
Check out my friends at Downtown Ford. New location, new ownership, and absolutely no markups. That's unheard of. Downtown Ford, 1535 Howe Avenue in Sacramento. Come see Aaron, because I guarantee you he's got what you're looking for.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3720. or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Maida Chevy saves you an extra $2,000 off factory sticker plus. Big factory rebates on almost every new Silverado half-ton in stock with 2.7-liter engine. Find big red tag savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
Ends 1/3/23. Excludes ZR2 Trail Boss and Work Trucks.
American Energy wants to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. With 0% financing and payment plan options available, there's there's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 50% off furnace when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with other offers or specials.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. I got to find my headlines. There they are. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134-120. Mike Brown and Darvin Ham meet at half court, and the Kings being applauded by members of the Lakers now as we have post-game opportunities looming here for various conversations.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21 rebound, and 12 assist triple-double. Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 three-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up today, CBS Sports' Dave Richard joins the show at 7:27, followed by the Athletics' Sam Amick at 8, and the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa, joins us at 8:13 from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Living for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
All right. One line's still open at 1-800-920-1140 if you want to get in there for Kings trivia. We've got a pair of tickets to go see the Kings and Nuggets December 28th. What a lovely post-Christmas present. You could even use it as a Christmas present.
Stocking stuffer, perhaps.
There you go. Exactly. We'll get to that in just a second. We do have breaking news, though, in the world of sports.
When it breaks, we have it first. Sactown Sports 1140.
Breaking news.
The NFL has announced a multi-year agreement with Google, granting YouTube TV and YouTube primetime channels the right to exclusively distribute the NFL Sunday Ticket to consumers in the U.S. starting with next season. DirecTV has had the Sunday Ticket package since its inception, I want to say in the 90s. So this is a huge shift. I have no details, and I'm sure those will come out as to, I'm a YouTube TV subscriber. I love it. I don't get paid a dime for it. I wish I did, because I'm an evangelist for YouTube TV. Just as a matter of fact, helped our good buddy Scott Moak transfer to YouTube TV and cut the cord. It's a wonderful service. I have no way of telling you, I want to know what it costs. I want to know if this is going to affect. One thing I love about YouTube TV is I can pay $10 a month during football season. So I think it's $50 a year is what it works out to for the sports package, which gives me Scott Hansen in the red zone. I don't miss, because I get Niner games locally. I don't miss, I don't need to watch every game. I'd rather, my ADD loves red zone. I hope that doesn't go away. I hope that it doesn't, the cost of YouTube TV doesn't go up. There's still a lot of stuff here. And, of course, I'm looking forward to helping many people like my dad figure out how to get the iPhone stuff on television. Exactly. Wow, shouts at my dad. Jeez.
Shouts out to all dads.
Let's get ready to give away tickets. We've got Pete on line 1. Jay Mars has worked very hard to come up with this trivia question. Pete, are you ready to answer and win tickets?
I'm ready, Dave.
That's
Thank
awesome. We're all ready. Go ahead, Jay.
All right, Pete, this is kind of along the same theme as yesterday. One member of the Washington Wizards will be making a return to the Golden One Center on Friday, although he will not be playing. Do you know who that is? That used to be a Sacramento King?
Is it Kyle Guy?
No. It's not Kyle Guy, although Kyle Guy does look very wizardy.
It's not a bad guess.
It's not.
I don't know. I'm full on looking it up right now. I won't give it away.
Again, the hint is he will not be playing.
No, dude.
Not a great hint.
You know, a lot of times we say don't overthink. Well, think this one.
Yeah, you might want to.
Jeez.
This is a true Kings fan that gets this one.
It is. Zach, hello. Zach. And Zach. And we'll put Zach.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, there's Zach. I was just about to. Zach,
I was on mute.
That's fine. No problem. We appreciate it. Here's your chance. The Wizards are coming to town. Not Santa, but the Wizards. Well, maybe both. And you have an opportunity to go there. If you can tell us which player on the Wizards roster, and Jay's hint was he is not playing, will be making his return to Golden One Center, which former King?
That would be one DeLon Wright.
That's well done.
Look at Zach.
Congratulations.
Either Zach's a diehard Kings fan or a diehard Wizards fan.
Honestly, on this one, I don't even care if he Googled it. That's a tough one, dude. Congrats. You're going to go see Nikola Jokic and Nikola Jokic Jr., that's Domantas Sabonis, face off against each other at Golden One Center, December 28th. Congratulations, my man. It's going to be a bit of a hold till we're done with the segment, but hold on, and Jay will take all your info, and you get to have a one-on-one off-air conversation with Jay, which is kind of a prize in itself. Congratulations and Merry Christmas, my man.
Right on, guys. Thank you. Happy holidays. Go Kings.
Go Kings. Oh, by the way, dude, that beam, they weren't lying. That is one girthy beam.
Thick.
That is a thick. Don't the kids say THICC now? Isn't that how you say thick?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a thick beam.
You want to go over, speaking of the beam?
Yeah.
Not that we're speaking about the beam.
No.
Go over yesterday's 3 in the key.
I would love
predictions
to.
we had for the game.
Yes, I would love to.
Let's start with points, rebounds, and assists for LeBron James. He finished the evening with 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists. You had him at 28 points. I had him at 32. So I went on points.
Yeah, okay, fine.
When it comes to rebounds, you had him at 12. I had him at 10. He ended up with, what did I say? 6. So
yeah, you won that one.
I won that one.
Yeah.
And then assist, you had him at 7. I had him at 6. He had 11. You win that one.
Aha!
So you had his assist down.
That's right. 1 of 3. That's not bad.
King's free throw percentage, because that's always an adventure.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
You had them at 75.2. They finished at 75.
That's just
that is well done. I can't even hate on that.
I got like an extra point there. That's fantastic.
Final score, you had it Lakers 123, Kings 110. I had it Kings 132, Lakers 114.
Yeah.
Final score 120 to 134. Kings win.
You get that one. And I am ecstatic that you won that one.
Hey, thanks.
I'm you know what? The only one I cared about.
Hey, thanks for being a good sport.
I am. Honestly, all I cared about was the free throw percentage. That's all I cared about. Free throw percentage. Care about that and care about sending the Lakers to L Street. As we continue down the segment with a highlight or two, see if you can catch a theme.
LeBron going to rock and fire for 3. Doesn't get it. Rebound snared by De'Aaron Fox. Pushes ahead. Keita running to rim, and he hammers down a 2-hand open floor flush. What a great release up the floor, and what a good look for the assist from De'Aaron Fox. Nimi Keita. Kings almost turn it over. Saved by Malik Monk after Terrence Davis hustled. Monks drives in, sets up a spike. Nimi! Boy, look at the fans coming out of their seats to applaud that effort. Timeout going to be taken by Darvin Ham. You want to become a cult hero in Sacramento? You make a couple of plays like Nehemias Keita has just made, and you are golden.
I'm going to throw something out there. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's too late. I'm certainly not advocating for a change. I'm not advocating for a change, but let me just say this. Nimi Keita greater than sign Keegan Murray on the callback. I actually think that would be hilarious.
If he ever hits a game winner, can we call him Beamy Keita?
Yeah.
I thought that was good. I worked on that one. I workshopped it for about 15 seconds and thought it was great.
That was great. If he has a really bad game and then bounces back and has a really good game, would that make him Redeemy Keita?
There you go. Mm-hmm. There's so much you can do. We need him to get consistent minutes so we can do things like this.
Hits a 3. Maybe he's just not what he see me Keita's.
Or he's 3-me Keita.
Wow, 3-me Keita. How did I miss that one?
because you're playing with your beam again.
Nimi Keita last night in 11 minutes had 10 points and 3 rebounds on 5 of 5 shooting. I said it when we were going over his G League stats when he had 30-something the other week. I'll say it again. Nimi Keita is much more than this, but right now he's going to make an NBA career out of being a fantastic garbage man. And when I say garbage man, old schoolers will remember that ain't a bad thing. Dennis Rodman was a garbage man. There's a lot of garbage men that have made a lot of money in the NBA, and he just has a nose for being in the right place at the right time. And it ain't luck. It ain't luck. Is Nimi Keita the answer to the backup center position? I don't know. But I know last night he had a wonderful night, and the whole country of Portugal rejoiced. The pride of Portugal, Nimi Keita. And maybe with some of that NBA money and that soon-to-be, I don't know, not saying he's not getting a max extension. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not, but either way, he's getting a raise. Maybe I can send him over to my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You know, I would tell Nimi that what is it? Rates have been goofy. The housing market's been crazy. But just like Nimi is in the right place at the right time, Shelby can help you get there as well. Shelby is your point guard. Is your point guard that is making sure you're in the right place for the right opportunity in the real estate market. Fast, local, and competitive. Shelby's team, well known in this market. Real estate agents, title companies, appraisal. Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front, so you can compete with the cash offers. Have you gone to Shelby before? I know many of you have. Are you about to? Or are you dealing with them right now? Hit me up on Twitter at Carmichael Dave. I want to hear from you. For real, I love sharing these stories, and I love sending you people that help make your life a little bit easier. You can refinance as soon as rates come down if you're worried about the rate. Or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. You can be pre-approved over the phone in just under 15 minutes without even running your credit. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. Give them a call today. MLS number 279051. BRE number 0186-4354. Good morning to Enrique from Mexico. Welcome into the chat. Hope to see you all in there as well. We got the Niners looking to keep that streak going. We have Greg Papa joining us at 8:13. Special day, special time. Let's check in on this game next.
Hey, Kings fans, you got questions? We got answers. Send all your Kings questions to kingsmailbag@sacktownsports.com and have them answered by the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami during our Kings Mailbag segment every Friday on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
Subscribe today by searching Sactown Sports on YouTube.
The only place to get wall-to-wall Kings coverage in the 916, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Today I'm at Elk Grove Dodge, where it looks like Vince Bloom, the big guy,
also known as Father Christmas.
Well, yeah, Vince, you are dressed like Santa, which means you must be giving out some sweet deals for the holidays.
There's nothing sweeter than saving money on trucks.
So I can expect some big savings on, say, new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns?
You read Santa's mind. Right now, during the Big Finish event at Elk Grove Dodge, save $12,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Vince, $12,000 off new 2022 Bighorn Crew Cabs?
That's right.
$12,000 is a lot of money, and you've got enough for all of Santa's helpers because, you know, we've been very good this year.
I sure do. I've got 15 of these new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP, starting at $42,520.
Now through January 3rd, save $12,000 on 15 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Only at Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Include $6,000 in 2022 Big Finish and California retail bonus and bonus cash. Sample VIN 455, 158, expires 1/3/23.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One. Coming up on Thursday Night Football, the Jets host the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville have played their way into the postseason hunt. Now they head to New York to face a Jets team desperate to break a 3-game slide and keep their playoff hopes alive. Join us on air and on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone on Thursday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at westwood1sports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only local sports show in the morning.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
I like to light the beam at night and send Laker fans to L Street. Go away with your schmedium jerseys. No one wants to hear from you losers. Top of my head.
Killed it.
Top of my head, y'all. Nobody wants to hear from the Niners defense right now. My goodness. They're a force to be reckoned with.
They football well, I'm told.
I saw that on the television, and it was impressive. Absolutely impressive.
Isn't it crazy they only had 3 Pro Bowlers on defense? I mean, the 3 guys that went were, no-brainers, but...
Yeah. Dre Greenlaw got screwed. I mean, he got ski-rude. Absolutely deserved to be a Pro Bowler. Congratulations to Trent Williams. Kyle, by the way, it should just be called the Trent Williams Memorial Pro Bowl. Just pen him in every year. Kyle Juszczyk, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and Talanoa Hufanga. This is Trent Williams' 10th Pro Bowl. Juszczyk's 7th Pro Bowl. I mean, part of it is there's like 3 fullbacks in the NFL, but also he's fantastic at what he does. They are both, Williams and Juszczyk, the best players at their positions. 2 really big snubs. Obviously, we talked about Dre Greenlaw. How about Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, that one just
How does
stood out
that
like a
happen?
sore thumb.
Is that one of those things where, like, everyone was so sure he was going to get in, they just forgot to vote for him? How do you not? And by the way, like, I understand. I understand that he's gone between 2 teams. He has played
in conference, though.
I know. I listen. I know. Now, maybe.
I mean, look at the 3 guys that made it over him.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make an argument that he deserves to be there over Saquon Barkley?
No.
Tony Pollard.
Maybe.
Miles Sanders.
Let me take a look at Miles Sanders real quick. That one, I don't want to speak out of turn here. And I think Tony Pollard's fantastic. He'd be even better if it wasn't for Zeke Elliott taking some of his carries. I mean, here's the thing. Miles Sanders, statistically, he, McCaffrey's not even above 1,000 yards combined. Miles Sanders has 1,100 yards rushing. He has more yards rushing than McCaffrey has combined. But here's the thing. McCaffrey's split between Miles Sanders has 72 yards receiving this year. All you have to just look at what the Niners offense has done since they acquired Christian McCaffrey.
Look at what Christian McCaffrey's done since coming to the 49ers.
Correct. But at the same time, Christian McCaffrey's a very rich young man. He's going to make many a Pro Bowl. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if either McCaffrey or Greenlaw. And you were talking with me about this earlier. Now that it's like flag football, do they do any sort of like injury replacement, guys not going type of thing? I wonder. I'm not sure. It wouldn't make sense for them to, but I don't know. If they do, I would imagine one or both get on. Either way, I hope that's not what they're worried about. I'm sure it's not. What they are worried about is their game this weekend against the Commanders.
Your Commanders.
My Commanders.
Your Commanders.
Oh, our Commanders.
No, I don't claim
you're
Commander.
Not claiming the Commanders. The Niners are favored by 7. The over-under on this game is 37.5. And in case you're wondering why I'm laughing at that, because let's put it this way. The Chiefs and Seahawks, the over-under is 49. Minnesota and the New York Giants, it's 48. The defenses will be defensing. And I believe, well, no, it's not. Falcons, Ravens, that's the lowest over-under. And over-under, if you don't know, is combined points between the two teams. That's low because the Falcons and Ravens can't score right now, like at all. Commanders, I don't want to say this is a trap game and the Niners have had an extra few days, 3 to be exact. Well, 2, because they are playing on a Christmas Eve day. It's going to be weird. This is a funky weekend for the NFL because you have 3 games on Sunday, and you have a bunch of games on Saturday. NFL Sunday is really Saturday this weekend. If you think about it, NFL Sunday is actually Saturday. You've got the 1 game tonight, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 11 games on Saturday. Then you have 3 on Sunday. I get it because it's Christmas, right? I appreciate the NFL for doing that. You have NFL football all day Christmas Eve. You watch while you're wrapping presents. And I don't want to have a full NFL schedule on Sunday. I'll take 3 games.
But it's going to be interesting because, I think one of those 3 games actually matters. I think the Sunday night game might be the closest thing to mattering.
Well, of the 6 teams playing on Sunday, there's 1 team that is above 500. And that is the Dolphins. I guess technically the Sunday night game matters. It's the Bucks, the 6 and 8 Bucks, at the Cardinals. You've got what I'm really looking forward to, Broncos and Rams at 1:30. I mean, let me tell you, that's going to be a blast. What's that going to be, Rippin versus Mayfield? I mean, honestly, Packers-Dolphins at 10 a.m. is arguably the best matchup. But the Niners and Commanders, that is. I don't want to call it a trap game, but this is a game that worries me. It does. I'm actually worried about this one in the Raider game, which of course means we'll lose to Arizona and beat both those guys.
I don't know. I don't even know who's quarterbacking Arizona at this point. I think Colt McCoy's done too. At least temporarily.
There's a quarterback that's quarterbacking.
Oh, Arizona. Good call.
We'll have Greg Pop on at 8:13 after we talk to Sam Amick at 8 to talk about this matchup and also get some thoughts from him, maybe on Franco Harris and all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure we'll end up talking cookies when we get back. Hey, how about the other side of the Carlos Correa story and what the Giants, how they responded? We'll do that next.
Breaking news, the latest happenings with your favorite teams.
You ever wonder about what the heck all these kids are doing on computers all the time?
Stay up to date with all of it by following us on Instagram and Twitter.
Excuse me, gentlemen, a little update for you.
At Sactown 1140.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn, KCRA 3 Weather Center. Areas of low clouds and fog this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. We will see temperatures warming into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Expect to have a chance for some sprinkles overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Kia's season of giving at Folsom Lake Kia right now. Give yourself the gift of a brand new Kia from Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted Kia dealership for over 20 years. FolsomLakeKia.com. That's FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, and the primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Santa's doing trucks at M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And nothing says happy holidays like a Silverado 4x4, Tacoma, or Wrangler from M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. And with over 300 vehicles in stock right now, you can choose the truck you love today and bring home your holiday tree with it tonight. Trucks, Teslas, American muscle cars, M&S Auto Group, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Christmas time is here, and so are all of the greatest deals on power tools at Fastener's Tool Outlet. Enjoy 12 days of deals on all your favorite brands going on now. Grab free batteries with tons of Makita products and more of this year's greatest deals. Save $100 on a Makita 18-volt rear handle circular saw and take home 2 free batteries to top it off. Stop by Fastener's Tool Outlet at 6701 Power Inn Road today through December 23rd, or shop online at fastenersinc.net.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Chrysler's Big Finish event?
We are finishing the year strong with $10,000 off MSRP on both the new 2022 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs and Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, no payments for 90 days. And when you come in, ask about our Hoblet exclusive 4.99% financing for 84 months.
Are you sure that's for both the Laramie and Bighorn?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And it gets even better. Right now, you can save up to $2,500 off MSRP on the all-new 2023 Wrangler Unlimited 4xe, both Rubicon and Sahara. But you better hurry because the $7,500 federal tax credit ends December 31st.
Well, hurry in before the savings is gone. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. 10,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discount on Laramie, and 6,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discount on Bighorn. Rebates may include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualify, and up to $1,500 in Hoblet Ram coupons only while supplies last. Special 4.99% financing for 84 months on approved credit through Travis Credit Union. Must have 760 plus FICO score to qualify. $1,415 per $1,000 borrowed. $2,500 total net savings on Wrangler after $1,000 factory rebates and $1,500 dealer discount. $7,500 income tax credit offered by third party subject to change without notice. 10 savings, see dealer for details.
Updated COVID vaccines are here, just in time for the season that brings us all closer. Just in time for added protection against the original COVID virus and Omicron. Just in time for crowded stores and great big family dinners. Updated COVID protection is here. And if you haven't had a vaccine since September, it's time to give yourself the gift of updated protection. Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
It's the Hanley's Davis Kia year-end sales event. Kia Season of Giving Back. With our biggest inventory of the year. Most models in stock now. Get our best price now with no hassle, no headache, no games. Here's how it works. Go to HanleysDavisKia.com. That's HANLEES DavisKia.com. Pick the model you're interested in and click Unlock Instant Best Price. It's that easy. No hassle, no games, just our best low price. Special financing available. Look for a great deal on a new Kia without playing games. Go to HANLEES DavisKia.com. Pick your model and click Unlock Instant Best Price. That's it. Big savings, great deal, and no hassle. Our biggest inventory of the year in stock now. Hanley's Davis Kia, located at 4318 Childs Road, just off I-80 at the Mace Boulevard exit in Davis. All of us at Hanley's wish you and your family a very happy holiday. All financing subject to credit approval. We are in a giving spirit here at RC Willey. Hurry in to wrap up your holidays with huge savings throughout the store. Holiday savings in furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. RC Willey in Rockland and South Sacramento near Elk Grove. RC Willey, your home, your way.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
We are the home for the Kings, Raiders, the NFL, and the A's.
It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134 to 120. Mike Brown and Darvin Ham meet at half court. And the Kings being applauded by members of the Lakers now as we have post-game opportunities looming here for various conversations.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21-rebound, and 12-assist triple-double. Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 three-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up today, CBS Sports' Dave Richard joins the show at 7:27, followed by the Athletics' Sam Amick at 8, and the voice of the 49ers, Greg Papa, joins us at 8:13 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make just watching it over the years. That's my opinion. I would understand if you're getting ready for a 7-game series. I don't think football's like that. It's 3.5 hours. It's one shot. I've been on a lot of teams where you rest guys or give guys a few more weeks, and those are usually the guys who struggle the most in that first playoff game.
Kyle Shanahan just on the tail end of what we were talking about with the Niners and Commanders, that if you've got an existing injury, as they move more towards the playoffs, he's going to rest you up and get you healthy. So don't expect full lineups for the remainder of the year. Although I imagine, because they're still in line for that 2 seed, a lot's going to depend on what happens this weekend. Right. Also, in baseball, I just want to give you a little bit of sound here. Here's Aaron Judge, his first words publicly on his deal.
It was 3 a.m. I was back in California. I was on the phone with Hal. He shot me a message earlier about what's the holdup. What's it going to take to get this to the finish line. So we hopped on a quick call and we worked some things out. And then at the very end, he spoke about Thurman Munson was his favorite player and how important the captain and that honor is to not only him and his family, but the team and this organization.
So that's neat to hear about a player signing a free agent deal when it actually happened. Giants fans don't really know what to do with that. I mean, what is that? You mean you agreed to a deal and everyone followed through?
Did you see Kevin Gaussman's tweet last night that everyone was retweeting, thinking it was like this weird subliminal with the Giants?
No.
And Carlos Correa. It was basically about dipping Oreos, and there's a fine line between dipping it in the milk perfectly.
I did see this tweet.
Versus it like breaking in the milk.
Off. And
sometimes you have to just live with the results or something. And everyone's like, oh, he's talking about the Giants. I'm like, or he just might be talking about an Oreo.
Where did I see this tweet?
It's on Twitter. He tweeted it last night.
Because, I mean, listen, the Giants made Kevin Gaussman a little bit of money. Not that he didn't earn it. Oh, this is where I saw it. Because Logan Webb retweeted it. That's That makes me think it might not just be about dipping Oreos.
Either way,
yeah.
Obviously, you're looking at the timeline. The news broke late Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my days correct at this point. We talked about it yesterday. Then after we got off air, the messages sent out by Scott Boras, who's Carlos Correa's agent, and Farhan Zaidi. Boy, did the Giants just look bad yesterday.
So Elk Grove Scott Boras talked to Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic, and a couple of money quotes from him here. Yeah, quote, "You're talking about a player who has played 8 major league seasons. There are things in his medical record that happened decades ago. These are all speculative dynamics. Every team has a right to go through things and evaluate things. The key is we gave the Giants medical reports at the time. They still wanted to sign the player. They still wanted to negotiate with the player. This would have been the second richest contract in baseball free agency history. And the Giants just put out a very, kind of a, not terse, but just
it was a statement of nothing.
Quote, "While we are prohibited from disclosing confidential medical information, as Scott Boras said publicly, there was a difference of opinion over the results of Carlos's physical examination. We wish him the best." Now, let me try feebly to stand in front of the Giants as best I can, but it's tough. So they can't talk about it. So I don't know what else they can say. Let's just start with a statement. What else can they say? I mean, they could have put some accoutrement.
They should have.
We're very disappointed and we love Carlos and we wish him all the best. This just, we had a disagreement and it's a huge investment and blah, 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 blah. We assure Giants fans that we will, et cetera, et cetera. And I imagine that, listen, this is not the end of the conversation, I would hope. Now, Farhan Zaidi and friends take the "we can't talk about it, let's move on" tact. That's going to be a major problem. I don't think that will happen. They can't talk about the medical stuff, but I think they can generalize.
The medical stuff will all be irrelevant if he's healthy, which he has been the last 2 seasons.
Yes.
It will all be irrelevant. It doesn't matter what you found. The dude's been healthy for 2 seasons. If he's healthy again this year,
Well, let's be honest. This is one of those things that you don't know, but if Carlos Correa ends up averaging 70 games over the next 10 years,
sure,
then you're vindicated. And I think, and by the way, the Giants are going to get a lot of crap right now, and they should. And this was, let's make no mistake about this. This was ownership going, well, let's see. 12 years ago, he had some weird thing in his ankle. This is just them.
It was the Boras thing.
Cold feet.
The Boras thing, and that's the cold feet, is okay. We see this thing in the medical report.
Yeah.
Now we want to renegotiate.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're dead on arrival.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
What are you thinking?
Scott Boras isn't doing that, number one. And number two, what if he did? Then what a weird kind of welcome in, even though we're kind of on a bad foot right now.
And if you're the Giants, and you should have a level of common sense to know they're not renegotiating.
No.
And I have a feeling Boras pretty much told them as much.
Yeah,
and
this is cold feet.
If you know what that is, then get out in front of it.
Yeah, they
get out in front and be like, hey, we're pulling this offer because of this.
Right.
Get out in front of it. Be proactive.
What I do wonder, and what I'd love to hook Zaidi up to a lie detector test about here, is I wonder how hamstrung they were and what they could do and say, meaning if they said too much or if they did too much. I feel like there's a very fine line between we want to back out and we want to back out because, and even if they didn't get specific, you have to wonder. In fact, I still kind of wonder, Jay, and I'm no lawyer, but I am related to one. I do wonder if Scott Boras and friends may have action they could take against the Giants because Correa did get cost a year. He did get cost some money. And I think if you're the Giants, you do have to be very careful about being liable for damaging his medical reputation and costing him money. I don't know the dynamics of that, but I imagine that was in the conversation.
But they're not necessarily costing him money. Again, this is an open market type.
They
deal.
cost him a year, and they cost him some.
They actively signed the deal in New York. They didn't cost him a thing.
No, what I'm saying is the deal he would have signed with the Giants is not the deal he signed with the Mets.
It's not. But again,
and if you think Scott Boras isn't,
unless they put out something that was like very specific,
right?
Like he has a knee injury that came. Then okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's
but
why
if you
I think
leak that there's medical differences, or you know what I mean. My point is, I think there was a way for them to get out in front of it, and they just failed.
I agree with you. And I think there's two things. Well, there's a number of things to look at. There's a number of branches on this tree. I, as a Giants fan, when there's a meme out there that shows Larry David, and he kind of gets this look on his face where he's like, okay, kind of shrugs his shoulders. That's how I felt about the Carlos Correa deal. I felt like it was a fantastic player, great guy by all accounts. But when you look at his numbers straight down, you go, is this your franchise centerpiece? He's 28. He doesn't play 160 games a year. He's not scoring 100 runs. He's not batting in 100 runs. He's not hitting 40 home runs. He's a hell of a fielder. But again, I was very nonplussed with the deal and would rather have seen them break the money up and spend it on other things. There's that. You can say that you're partially okay or relieved that this didn't happen, and also have a real huge problem with the Giants' performance or lack thereof free agent-wise.
I think that's the bigger deal, and I think the bigger thing is moving forward. The most powerful agent in the game pantsed your GM yesterday publicly.
Yes.
And exposed your front office.
That's correct.
I don't know how much time left Farhan has on his deal, but I believe this is his 5th season now at the helm.
Yeah.
What's his signature move? What has he done in 5 years? You know what the biggest move of his tenure has been? Buster Posey retiring. That's it.
Zaidi's deal runs through next year.
I just don't think it's a really good look to, I don't want to say he PO'd the most powerful agent.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But that's a problem is, that relationship's probably not great. And you've already had issues attracting free agency. Your ownership group is kind of meh. Once Larry Baer decided to do what he did in public with his wife, which is stupid and wrong.
Yeah.
So that put a stain.
Yes.
Charles Johnson, who owns the most shares in the Giants, is 89 years old, worth $6 billion.
Yeah, there's been some issues with him, too.
And given the proximity of where the Giants play, some of his political donations, is not going to sit well with that particular fan base.
It's not popular with the fan base.
No.
You're right. No, you're 100% right. Was Farhan Zaidi a Dodger plant?
You finally figured it out. It took you this long.
Magic Johnson, you and your friends, you're sneaky. Sneaky. We'll take a break. Who's the third best player on the Kings? We know who the top 2 are. Who's the third best player on the Kings? Plus a couple more questions because you need 3 for Madness coming back in 1 minute.
Hey, Kings fans, you got questions? We got answers. Send all your Kings questions to kingsmailbag@sacktownsports.com and have them answered by the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami during our Kings Mailbag segment every Friday on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
Subscribe today by searching Sactown Sports on YouTube.
The only place to get wall-to-wall Kings coverage in the 916, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
So I switched to Boost Mobile and got this free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone.
Why do you think they call it the Galaxy?
Maybe because the Samsung Galaxy A23 has a huge screen, and galaxies are huge gravitationally bound systems of stars rotating around a supermassive black hole.
And the phone is free?
When you switch to Boost Mobile.
Cool. You lost me at gravitationally bound.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer while supplies last. New customers only. Excludes tax. One device offer per line. Only available on certain networks. 5G not available everywhere. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
American Energy wants to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. With 0% financing and payment plan options available, there's no reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 50% off furnace when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with other offers or specials.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
We got a lot on the schedule for you. Dave Richard coming up in 14 minutes. Sam Amick at 8 o'clock. Greg Papa at 8:13. And a story to follow today that just hit the wires from ESPN. Their fantastic investigative reporting continues on these particular things. See if this surprises you, Jay. The Washington Commanders charity, whose stated mission is to help needy children in the D.C. area, I shouldn't laugh, raised $2.1 million in contributions and grants, mostly from fans.
That's good.
In 2020, they gave away just under $700,000 of that $2.1 million.
That's not good.
In 2021,
where'd the rest of it go?
In 2021, during the height of the pandemic, it raised $928,000, gave away $470,000. ESPN began examining their finances after it cut a bad check for $14,822 to a recent winner of its 50-50 raffle. Because you see, if all that money is not going to the needy children, you'd think they'd have it in the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Question 1.
Who's the 3rd best player on the Sacramento Kings?
That's a good question. I got to give that some thought, even though I've had this question since God. It really is. It's Barnes, it's Murray, or it's Herter. So the first way I can look at this question is this. I can only keep one of those 3 players. Who do I keep? Take contract out, but age matters. Then I would take Murray. Who do I think is at the end of the year going to have had the best year? I think it'll be Kevin Herter.
I do too.
But take all 3 of those players off this team for the next month, and who does it affect the most? And which one affects the team the most? It might be Harrison Barnes. Because of what he does in key moments, because what he does with his leadership. Last night was a great example. De'Aaron Fox got tossed. There were multiple technical fouls. It was like a 15-point game with 4 minutes left and LeBron James staring at you. It's not unheard of. He huddles the team up, calms them down, and they shut the door. So I would say the 3rd best player on the team is Herdison Barmy. Is that a cop-out? Is that
That's a cop-out.
Give me Harrison Barnes.
Okay. I'm going to go Kevin Herter.
Yeah.
I just think you see games like last night, they don't win that game if he doesn't have the game he has.
Sure.
We talked about it the day before, is if Fox and Sabonis are on, you need at least probably 2 other guys to have really good games. Last night, they got 3 other guys with really good games, and you see what happens. I feel like Herter is just one of those guys that you're not going to get that kind of production from him every night. 64% shooting.
Yeah.
But he was damn good last night.
Yes,
I mean, he was in the paint, he shot the ball well. When Kevin Herter is on, this team is so much better. And I think when he is on and Domantas and De'Aaron are on, that's a recipe for success.
He's not afraid, by the way, to speak his mind
He's
either,
not.
but he doesn't do it in a way where he's always whining. I had a chance to watch him up close last night. Just go up to a ref. They were having a conversation right in front of the scorer's table and say, "Hey, man, that was a foul. That was a foul. You missed the call." And De'Aaron Fox, who was ejected,
he said it the same way.
He tweeted after the game. He said, "The refs really don't like it when you tell them not to ref the score."
Yeah.
And what De'Aaron meant by that, in case you missed it, is simply, it doesn't matter if it's a tie game or we're up 50. A foul is a foul or it's not a foul. Stop reffing the game towards the team that's losing to let them back in the game. All video game players know that as catch-up AI, or colloquially computer love. And that's what De'Aaron Fox was saying to the refs. By the way, Kevin Herter, since appearing on the Red Velvet Lounge the other day on the Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross show, 5 of 5 from the line.
There you go.
That's 100%, and I will take that for the rest of the year.
Over 40% from three, over 60% from the field. If he could do that every game.
Every game.
Also, get him a contract.
Also had 3 times the steals as any one player on the team. He had 3, and one. A bunch of people had 1. Question 2.
Question 2.
Give me your Week 16 lock and upset in the NFL.
Okay. My lock of the week. And by the way, the reason why it takes me a second is because we try to pick games for a lock that's like a 5-point spread or less.
Right.
Anyone can do, all the Chiefs are favored by 10 over the Seahawks. Let's take that. I will take. I'm going to take Tennessee over the Texans.
That's your lock?
But let me explain. Ryan Tannehill's out. The Titans are at home. But they're only favored by 3. Because I very much smell a Derrick Henry game.
The 1-win Texans. That's the only way they can win as a Derrick Henry
game. It's going to be a big Derrick Henry game. You know what? You don't like that pick? Fine. Sorry,
I didn't like it. I was just asking for clarification.
I'll give you a secondary lock. Sorry, Nick Cattles, but even though they're only favored by 3, I will take the Bengals in Foxborough over the Patriots. I think the Bengals are rolling right now, dude.
Yeah, the Patriots aren't.
The
They're
Patriots
going backwards,
are
literally.
Most certainly not. Who is my upset of the week? I'll get a little bit silly here. Taking the Rams at home over the Broncos would be an easy upset. The Broncos are favored by 2.5, but I feel like that's just sitting there. My buddy's all over that game. I'm going to take the Packers over the Dolphins in Miami.
Oh.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers can will his team to victories at times as long as they respond. And by the way, don't look now, but the Packers have won 2 in a row. They beat the Bears and the Rams, but they also lost in Philadelphia by a single touchdown. They've actually won 3 of 5, and the first 3 of those are tough games, including that win over the Cowboys. I'm going to take that as my upset. Number 3.
Question 3.
Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill is likely done for the season. Is he done in Tennessee?
I think it's going to depend on what happens with Tennessee the rest of the season. I think it hangs in the balance. I think Tennessee is in a window right now. This is a championship caliber team, but with an asterisk. They're just below. And they're going to have to make some decisions as to whether or not Ryan Tannehill can get them to the promised land. I will tell you this. I think if they don't make the playoffs this year or they peter out and the right draft pick falls to them, and there are some quarterbacks in this draft, and there's quarterbacks in every draft, stupid. What I mean is there's some talented quarterbacks in this draft. Right now, Tennessee is sitting at the 4 seed, no problem. But that doesn't guarantee them much of anything. By the way, the Jaguars are simply a game back of them going in to play New York tonight. That could be tied up by the time Tuesday hits. I don't know how many more years you have left of this Derrick Henry. That may already be starting. You want to talk about a guy that's taken a lot of hits over the years. He is not a finesse player. I think if they peter out this year, whether they miss the playoffs or they're out in the first round, I think they're going to look to do something in the draft. I think if not, and the opportunity is not there, they'll run it back for a year with Tannehill or 2. They might franchise tag him. I'll tell you this, Ryan Tannehill on the open market is going to make some cash, though. This is a talent.
How much, though?
I think enough. I'll tell you this much. Enough to where when you see the deal, you're going to go, really? Wow, that much?
I think if Malik Willis plays well in the last 3 weeks, he's your starting quarterback next year in Tennessee.
I think you're right. I also, and granted, Malik Willis is super duper green, but it hasn't been very impressive for Malik Willis in the tiny sample we've seen so far. So far, he's basically used his legs and thrown basically as a decoy so far. But again, really, really green. Fantastic college player at Liberty. He was a fun guy to watch in the draft. So I'm not exactly closing the book in any way on Malik Willis, but I agree with you. If he shows up in the last 3 weeks, if he gets that opportunity in the last 3 weeks, if Ryan's out, I agree with you. We'll take a break. When we come back, Ryan Lewis. Hello, Ryan. Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis will not be coming out of his mouth, I'm sure, but others, perhaps from David Richard of CBS Sports, to shore up your fantasy football teams. We'll do that next.
Your home for the most comprehensive 49ers coverage.
Debo, Bosa, to our very own Armstead.
The 49ers Authority, Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn, KCRA3 Weather Center. Areas of low clouds and fog this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. We will see temperatures warming into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Expect to have a chance for some sprinkles overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
New Kia's in stock at Folsom Lake Kia right now. Get low finance rates and zero down deals during the season of giving. Folsom Lake Kia, over 20 years in Sacramento. Shop FolsomLakeKia.com. That's FolsomLakeKia.com.
There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Have you heard the news? New Hondas are back at Capital City Honda, including the all-new redesigned 2023 CR-V and HR-V. Stop by today or visit us at capcityhonda.com and see our new car inventory with no dealer markup. Have a car to sell or trade? We're paying top dollar for any make and model. Cap City Freeway at the Fulton Avenue exit by the Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. CapCityHonda.com.
Want a joyful and unforgettable experience this holiday season? Come help those in need and light the world through the giving machines. Now through January 2nd at the Galleria Mall in Roseville. Quickly and easily help local charities here in our community or global charities worldwide and make the Christmas season a little more meaningful for yourself and those who are in need. Feel the Christmas spirit and teach those you love that is more blessed to give than to receive. For more information, visit givingmachinessacramento.org.
Carmichael Dave here, letting you know when the housing market shifts quickly like it has the last few months, having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. It's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Now you can check them out at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, and competitive. Shelby's team, as I've told you for years, is well known in the real estate market from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved upfront so you can compete with the cash offers. With the increase in inventory, the market has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. You can always refi as soon as rates come down, or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134-120.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21 rebound, and 12 assist triple-double. Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 3-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Fantasy Friday, fool! It's time for fantasy football. Are you kidding me? It's time for fantasy football.
Fantasy football cheat code. It's time to set your lineups with CBS Sports' Dave Richard.
Dave Richard, normally Fridays. Nice enough. This guy's on 700 radio shows a week. Nice enough to cancel Bill and Lenny in Poughkeepsie or wherever. I don't know, or John and Frank in New York City. I don't want to disparage anyone, but he made room for us today because he's in the Santa Richard spirit. And we welcome him in, our good friend Dave Richard. Good morning, sir.
In exchange for this appearance, you're going to acknowledge that all passing touchdowns should be worth 6 points in every fantasy football league.
that is a conversation I promise will continue into the offseason. By the way, saw our dear friend Phil last night, and he literally pulls me. You still talk to Dave every week? I go, thanks for listening, Phil. He goes, you tell him I said hi. He listens to your podcast.
No, you get more of me on the podcast than you do on your. Listen, this is your show.
Yes,
and my podcast is well. I don't know if it's my show. I share it with a bunch of other nerds, but
hey, it's fantastic.
That's where I go to talk fantasy, and we do one every day. Fantasy Football Today. Download it wherever you get your pods.
I have some philosophy questions for you since we're ending the year, and I do enjoy. Listen, we'll get to start sits and secret players on your waiver wire. We'll do all that, but I do really enjoy talking fantasy philosophies with you. Total points. If you're in a league and the winner of the Super Bowl, the league Super Bowl, splits. In other words, you get the same amount of cash for the Super Bowl as you do for finishing top total points. And yes, you can double up. Are you okay with that format?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. There are some people that believe that it should all be Super Bowl first, second, and third. And one of my leagues that I'm in, they split it. They go first and second for the championship teams, but then they also go first and second for total points. In their mind, it's a way to, and this is an argument we have every year. I agree with you, but in their way, they feel like that is a recompense for if you have a very good team. We've all been there. You have a total amount of points that's fantastic, but you just happen to go up against a juggernaut 4 or 5 times during the year. They feel like that's the reward for doing that. So
I don't mind that. I'm in a couple of leagues where there's a prize for having the high score each week.
Yeah. Yep.
And I like that. I've won that prize before. It's always fun to get that little notification in Cash App that you've got a little extra money to spend on, calendars. I don't know if I love the idea of splitting the top prize money with the person that scores the most points, but if that's what it comes down to, and if that's what the league agrees with, I'm good for it. Let me tell you, I'm going to just kind of move you in a slightly different direction for a second.
Sure. And
that's the topic of tiebreakers. And I think it's an important topic this time of year. The tiebreaker, when you've got two teams that are tied for the same record for a playoff spot, should be most points scored. Or if you're in a fantasy league where there's multiple divisions, the division winners, the teams that have the most wins, they get the bye or whatever. They've got preferential treatment in the playoffs. The next best teams are based on total points, not based on record.
What about head-to-head?
Those two things.
What about head-to-head?
Those two things.
No head-to-head.
Head-to-head is a tiebreaker. I don't mind it, but I like points scored a little bit better.
I kind of agree
because
with you.
What happens if the 1 week I've scored 1,800 points this year? Yeah. I played you in week 4. Right. Your team went off. 2 of my guys were on bye, and I lost.
I agree.
Now that's going to punish me. And you can make the argument in reverse and say, well, why should I be punished? I beat this schlub in week 4. So that's up to the commissioner, and that's a commissioner's discretion. The other tiebreaker, and this is just for fantasy commissioners that are listening right now, if there's a playoff matchup between two teams and they tie, the team with the better seed advances. It's the easiest tiebreaker to use, not bench points.
Not bench points, huh?
Not anything else. Screw bench points.
Okay.
Dave.
I mean,
All right, that's even worse than the 4-point passing touchdown take. Way worse. I'm the 6th seed. I play you. You're the 1 seed. We both score 237.5 points. You're the 1 seed. I didn't beat you.
What if
advance?
Would you be okay with it? Kind of in the spirit of what you're saying. What if the tiebreaker was total regular season points?
You could do that too.
Okay.
And I think that would essentially be, if your tiebreaker during the regular season is total points, and then you're using that in the playoffs, then I'm sure it's going to be the same thing whether you use the seed or the points.
Are you a believer in fractional points?
I am now.
Yeah.
I used to make fun of the people who did it and called them nerds, and then I started. When you commission a league and you've got ties, or whenever you get a tie in fantasy, you don't have to commission the league. It stinks.
Yeah, it's
if you use decimal scoring, the ties go away, and then you get credit literally for every yard.
I have never commissioned a league because I want to have fun. But I've actually been a longtime proponent. And in fact, every year when we vote on things, I always bring this up to the point where now it's just like, okay, get it out of the way. I believe the commissioner of the league should get 10% of the total purse.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. I think the commissioner of the league should get 0%.
Okay.
I know it's a thankless job.
It is.
The commissioner of the league. Right. And so a commissioner should spend that type of time as the commissioner. Do the bare minimum.
Sure, but do you want that as your commission? I mean, sometimes.
Yes, because listen, somebody's got to be the commissioner of a fantasy league.
Yeah.
I don't want the guy who's going to try and babysit us and make sure every trade is fair and every lineup is legal and everything else. Most people that play fantasy football can think for themselves. And it's not that all adults, kids are the same way. They can think for themselves.
Yeah.
And so if there's a league where a trade goes down and several people in the league say, yo, this is unfair, it's got to get called back, that's when a commissioner can spring into action. But I hate it, Dave. I hate it when there's a trade made between two consenting parties and the commissioner doesn't like it. And he goes, nah, and he waves his finger and he looks down his nose at everybody and says, that trade's not going to go through.
Oh, that should never happen.
The standings.
It
should never happen. But commissioners do it. The commissioners that spend way too much time being the fantasy commissioner of their meaningless league go and do those kinds of things. I don't want a dictator. Okay, Vladimir Putin is not a commissioner of a fantasy football league.
You know what those
I
guys?
Want a fantasy football commissioner who's just going to do nothing and let me do what I want to do, and then pay me when I win the league.
It should be a vote. First off, it should be a vote on any trade if you're going to do that. And the commissioners that unilaterally make those decisions, when they're not commissioning the league, they're moderating their chat rooms that they're in, like 5 of them. It's the same. It's the same cloth, the chat room moderators and the overbearing commissioners. I agree.
Get a life.
Get a life. All right. When we're talking about amassing total points for a year, should the race for total points cut off when the regular season cuts off and the playoffs begin? Or do you believe everyone should keep starting players, whether you're in the playoffs or not, and amassing those total points, and you take the winner at the end of the actual playoff season?
I think you do it at the end of the regular season because let's face it, when you miss the playoffs in a fantasy league, do you look and see how your team would have done? Do you care about, do you go and set that lineup and, gaze into your screen?
If
and
I've got money on
the
the way, I mean, if I'm still in it and there's serious money for, maybe.
So here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Let's say that this was the case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of the league. Okay. I had a terrible year. I'm 4-10. You're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I pick up the player you want off the waiver wire.
That's a great point.
Because I'm still trying to score points.
It's a great point.
And I'm out of it. I cannot win the championship.
It's a great point.
You would be steaming over that type of thing.
Yeah, you're right. Nope, that's a great point. That ends that conversation right there. All right. Draft the following year. Now, let's just assume this is a non-keeper league and get all that hullabaloo out. You win the league. I finish in last. I put it that way to be nice to my guest. You win the league, I finish last. Should I draft first next year? Should you draft last next year?
It should be a random lottery every year.
You do not believe in inverse standings drafting for the following year?
No. Yeah, my prize for winning the league is winning the league. I don't get an extra bonus prize of having the first pick, and I shouldn't be punished for winning the league and having the last pick. I will say it's different in keeper leagues and dynasty leagues.
Yes,
I know you didn't want to get into that. You called it a hullabaloo. I like that word. But I think that in those types of long-term formats, then it makes sense where the bad teams get the first pick.
Do you believe there should be a price, whether you're in an auction league or costing you a draft pick for keepers?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe should there be a limit on years you can have keepers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there's a pick that I've been in the same keeper league with most of the same guys for over 20 years. We have a rule where if you keep a player, that's great. You can keep him. You lose the pick 2 rounds earlier from where he was taken the prior year.
Oh, wow.
And if you've got somebody who's a second round pick or a first round pick, you obviously can't lose a pick higher than the second round pick or the first round pick. You cannot keep them.
Last thing for you, you can only pick one draft style for the rest of your life.
Easy.
Which is? Snake?
Auction.
Okay.
Easy. Dave, it's the most fun thing in the world. If you've never done it, you should try it. If you've been in a league where you've done snake drafts every year and you get together with your buddies, it will be 4 times more fun. I have scientific evidence. 4 times more fun if you go with an auction over a snake draft.
I finally started doing one about 6 years ago, and my legacy league won't hear about it. They're always going to snake it. But the auction league, there's always one guy that paid $150 of his $200 budget for Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry or whatever, and then is bidding $1 on it. You almost have to do it, though, on computer, though. It gets a little confusing in person, but I couldn't agree with you more.
We get together in person and do it on the computer.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We bring our laptops.
There you go.
I'm telling you, we're nerds. So we bring our laptops and we sit around in our office cafeteria and we do our salary cap. We call it a salary cap draft. Sure. But it's the same exact thing. And we do the bidding there and it's all entered into the computer. CBS Sports has the software that you can run a auction draft in, and it's good software too.
It's great software. I hear that. It's award-winning software. One of these days, you and I are going to have to be in a league together. We've never done that. I know you're in.
I thought I did a radio league year once, and you weren't in it?
I don't think I was in it. No, I've never done a radio league.
Why would I not include the biggest patsy on the planet in a league? I don't know. It's weird.
Well,
why would I do so?
Don't talk about our competition like that. They work hard. They try their best. Dave, where can people? We didn't get to starts and sits and all that. We're already out of time, but I had a very pleasurable conversation with you. Where can people hear you talk about? Now, look, this is a tease. You didn't get it here, so now you got to listen, watch, and read you. Where can they do that?
It's really brilliant, Dave. And normally we talk on Fridays. We never talk on Thursdays. Yeah. We do our starts and sits on Thursdays on Fantasy Football Today, not just on the podcast that I mentioned earlier in the show, but on our live show. It kicks off at 9 a.m. your time on CBSSportsHQ.com. It's the free 24/7 streaming platform for CBS Sports. You'll get an hour's worth of starts and sits, all kinds of information, the latest news, tons of reactions, and holy cow, you're going to get weather reports. There is crazy weather hitting the eastern half of the United States. It will impact fantasy games. If you want to know more about it, you can either go to weather websites, which only grandmas do, or you could go to Fantasy Football Today on CBSSportsHQ.com. Watch us at 9 a.m.
Dare I say a bomb cyclone of fantasy football information? Dare I?
When this season's over, I'm going to have a bomb cyclone in my pool, and I'm just going to relax. And then you can't drive after one of those things, but I'm going to relax.
Have a wonderful holiday season, David. Jason and Jay will be here next week. You and I will not talk until next year. And hey, thanks for all you do.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. It is always so much fun talking to you. Thank you for bringing out the best in me.
Always, brother. You too. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. That is Dave Richard. And that's interesting. I love, I'm such a nerd. I love fantasy football philosophies. I really do, especially from a guy like Dave who is in seriously 700 leagues a year. I don't have the energy for that. I don't. Probably need to hit up American Energy. Seriously, you want energy? There you go. There's so much there. They want to make sure you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up. to ensure your system is running safely and efficiently. Plus, if you're ready for a new one, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special when you purchase a whole home HVAC system. Yeah, you get your furnace half off. 0% financing payment plan options available. No reason to keep putting off making your home safe, warm, and comfy for you and your family this holiday. Call American Energy today at 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy serving the greater Sacramento area. You know how I feel about what is the greater Sacramento area. It's everything. Everything's the greater Sacramento area. Since 1981, Better Business Bureau, A+ rating. Google, Yelp, all those reviews, they're awesome. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. American Energy, AmericanEnergyAir.com. You can tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. When we get back, why yesterday was such a great day for Kings fans. Couldn't have gotten much better. We've got highlights and fun stuff from last night's whooping of the LA Lakers. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
He's got the triple. Keegan Murray with his 5th three-pointer of the night.
Hey, Sacramento. It's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Santa's doing trucks at M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And nothing says happy holidays like a Silverado 4x4, Tacoma, or Wrangler from M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. And with over 300 vehicles in stock right now, you can choose the truck you love today and bring home your holiday tree with it tonight. Trucks, Teslas, American muscle cars, M&S Auto Group, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Christmas time is here. And so are all of the greatest deals on power tools at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Enjoy 12 days of deals on all your favorite brands going on now. Grab free batteries with tons of Makita products and more of this year's greatest deals. Save $100 on a Makita 18-volt rear handle circular saw and take home 2 free batteries to top it off. Stop by Fasteners Tool Outlet at 6701 Power Inn Road today through December 23rd. Or shop online at fastenersinc.net.
Today I'm at Elk Grove Dodge, where it looks like Vince Bloom, the big guy,
also known as Father Christmas.
Well, yeah, Vince, you are dressed like Santa, which means you must be giving out some sweet deals for the holidays.
There's nothing sweeter than saving money on trucks.
So I can expect some big savings on, say, new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns?
You read Santa's mind. Right now, during the Big Finish event at Elk Grove Dodge, save $12,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Vince, $12,000 off new 2022 Bighorn Crew Cabs?
That's right.
$12,000 is a lot of money, and you've got enough for all of Santa's helpers because, you know, we've been very good this year.
I sure do. I've got 15 of these new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP, starting at $42,520.
Now through January 3rd, save $12,000 on 15 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Only at Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Include $6,000 in 2022 Big Finish and California retail bonus and bonus cash. Sample VIN 455-158 expires 1/3/23.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage? If your check engine light is on, it may be affecting your MPGs, but the free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help. With the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes, you'll know what's affecting your gas mileage and more, and you don't have to drive too far to find the fix. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service is available at all 6,200 stores.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
See details at AutoZone.com.
Year-end pricing is in effect on every vehicle on the lot. Hurry to Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During Happy Honda Days, take advantage of our best offers of the year on our best selection of the year. Drive a new 2022 Honda Accord and get low lease or finance rates when you come in today. Plus, get top dollar for your trade-in. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
You know they've been here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sabonis runs it up the left side of the floor this time. Shovels to Murray. Murray now back to Sabonis with a mismatch for low post. Now double team out from the line. Great backdoor cut and off the bounce. A hammer thrown down by De'Aaron Fox. Superb cut. Great find. Perfectly placed pass. And De'Aaron who rarely in the low post position goes up. He just hammered that daddy home. Sabonis had it. It was ripped away, but then it pops out of the hands of Christie. Grabbed by Murray. Throws it ahead to Davion. Gives to Herter. Swings to Keegan. And now to Sabonis. Back to Keegan. Straight away for three. Ring that bell. He's got his 5th three-pointer in 9 attempts. And the Kings have their biggest lead of the ball game. 97-81. Kicks it out again. Here's another reset. Now LeBron turns, puts up a shot, rejected down inside by Terrence Davis. Davis on the run, gets the feed from Fox, drives inside, no look pass to Sabonis, shoulders for space, hammers it down with the left hand. The Kings lead at 112-94, 11 points, 20 rebounds, 1 assist away from a triple-double for Sabonis.
Sam Amick in just 12 minutes from The Athletic. We will talk Kings and NBA with him. 916-339-1140 is your text line. You can watch us at Sactown Sports, both live and recorded if you can't make the whole program or you missed some of the stuff we got beforehand. We know it's the holiday season. You're busy, and we, as always, appreciate and are humbled by you choosing to spend a few minutes or even hours with us each and every morning. From that text line, can we please try to find a way to get G-Man to light the beam at least once? Now, I would say this. First off, it's an obvious yes. The problem is that G-Man is working during all of this. But I would like to see G-Man either ring the cowbell at the beginning or light the beam at the end. And you know what? You could have Jason Ross do the interview or Jason Ross do the, you could make it work. The other problem is that G-Man isn't on the floor. G-Man's sandwiched him, he's right on the bottom of the second deck.
Bring the button to him.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. You have somebody bring the button. Also, they debuted, I think it was the debut, I didn't see it for the Charlotte game, a big, fat, giant purple button. They're getting there, and I keep trying to step in front of Kings Game Ops because people need to understand how difficult it is to do these things on the fly. The beam just kind of became a thing, and they're catching up, and they're working their tails off. I love the I absolutely love how big the button is. It looks like one of them big, giant ring pops. But one thing there's got to be a way to do it. When they hit when Keegan hit the button last night, the purple button 3000, the beam 3000, it has to light up. You just hit it and nothing happens.
Did you hear about what happened to Keegan Murray post-game?
I heard that Keegan Murray may be getting his release from the team today because of what happened post-game. He was awarded the Defensive Player of the Game award, which I love, and I wish I haven't seen. Is there video of him being presented it? I haven't seen it.
I don't think the videos of him being presented it. No.
Which sucks because they've shown it the previous 3 times, Sabonis and Barnes twice. And I've been waiting for Keegan to win it because it's got to be the most uncomfortable thing you've ever seen. Where they're just like, speed. He's like, thanks.
Yeah, Mike Brown in his post-game conference had mentioned 2 things about it. One, apparently Keegan broke the chain.
Uh-huh.
Not good, especially when it's your first time wearing the award and you're a rook. Secondly, basically he was like, Keegan had no swag when he presented that award. Is how I think he labeled it. It's like,
no swag.
Keegan, he's just a kid from Iowa, man.
You know what his swag is? Hitting 3-pointers.
That is his swag.
And by the way, I don't want to say he's one-dimensional, but the fact that I said I don't want to say he's one-dimensional means it's in my brain. Keegan Murray's main contribution so far has been standing and waiting to shoot 3-pointers. Now, he's rebounded here and there. He's assisted here and there. But let's be honest. His big and by the way, he's played defense. I'm really excited for when Keegan Murray starts filling out the rest of his game.
Yeah, it's going to
happen, and that's going to be scary. Patrick on the chat says, Dave, why don't you light the beam? I will tell you this much: whether it's ringing the bell or light the beam, I'll say this once: I've gotten to do enough cool things for like 70 lifetimes with the Kings. I will happily defer that to Jay. Should light the beam.
Jay doesn't want to light the beam.
Really?
It's a lot of responsibility,
if the King said you could light the beam, or what about ring the cowbell?
I would have my son do it.
I got to stand on a ladder opening night and say, long live the Kings. That's it. I'm done. It's never going to get better than
like
that.
I said, I'm at a point in my life at my age where it's like stuff like that I want my child to do, not me.
By the way, coming up next week, I know I disappointed Aaron and a couple other people. I am going to try, next time I record the Red Velvet Lounge at home, I am going to try to do one of the highlights of the year. If I can get him to do it, I am going to try to slide Mason in and let him directly ask Kevin.
See,
Hurt.
now that is just straight nepotism.
Oh, 100%. But when you see them both on camera at the same time, you'll understand what I mean. With Kevin.
So when Mason comes in and is like, Dad, and it's not you.
Kevin Herter is Mason. Like, he's literally Mason in about 12 years. Same, very similar mannerisms, very similar gingosity.
I hope for your sake a similar paycheck.
I hope so as well. Kings beat the Lakers. Not only did the Kings beat the Lakers, by the way, what made it even sweeter of an evening is the Warriors lost by 40. What a wonderful day for Sacramento fans. And
they only lost by 30 last night.
30. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they made a comeback.
30, whatever.
They were down 40, I think, at the half.
Of course, the Clippers.
Would they give up 91 points at the half? Which is a lot of points to give up at a half, spoiler.
Yeah. It was 91 to 51 at the half. Yeah. The Clippers took care of business against the Hornets, unlike what we could do. So they are, I believe, a half game ahead of the Sacramento Kings in the battle for Northern California. And let me just say,
finally going to bring the trophy home after a
we're
long
bringing
time.
the old Ann Rudin trophy. We're going to get it. Remember the Ann Rudin Mayor's Cup? And
Where do you think that cup's at right now?
It's probably in the Clown Tunnel.
Okay.
At Old Arco. I just want to say as we hit the break, the win was great, but there's just nothing like watching the collective bandwagon mood drop of Schmedium wearing Laker jersey fan, no shirt underneath, with all their Laker necklaces and crap, double fisting beers, making sure you know anytime any of their players does anything. And then as the game rolls on, they get quieter and quieter. And then, middle of the fourth, they leave, because they probably have a curfew. It's just so nice to see them walking sheepishly down L Street. I was yelling back and forth with a couple of them last night. The only thing they do, the only thing they have, hey, well, all our championships. Yeah, that was yesterday, buddy. Today you have arguably the greatest player in the world on your team that you had to trade nothing for. And you suck, and you're going to miss the playoffs. So have fun with your garbage bubble asterisk championship, losers. Can't even beat the Kings. Sam Amick of The Athletic. He joins us next.
You want the inside scoop on the Sacramento Kings?
Cattles and Rami are giving it to you.
Tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. for an exclusive interview with a member of the Kings coaching staff.
When you're talking about Foxy, we're going to utilize his speed. We're going to make sure the floor is spaced so he can get to the paint.
Keegan has the potential, and we have no doubt in our minds that he'll be a huge part of our winning in the future.
From your local sports leader.
Sactown Sports.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdornin, KCRA 3 Weather Center. Areas of low clouds and fog this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. We will see temperatures warming into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Expect to have a chance for some sprinkles overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Have you heard the news? New Hondas are back at Capital City Honda, including the all-new redesigned 2023 CR-V and HR-V. Stop by today or visit us at capcityhonda.com and see our new car inventory with no dealer markup. Have a car to sell or trade? We're paying top dollar for any make and model. Cap City Freeway at the Fulton Avenue exit by the Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. capcityhonda.com.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance, drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit gainswavecalgary.ca.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Chrysler's Big Finish event?
We are finishing the year strong with $10,000 off MSRP on both the new 2022 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs and Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, no payments for 90 days. And when you come in, ask about our Hoblet exclusive 4.99% financing for 84 months.
Are you sure that's for both the Laramie and Bighorn?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And it gets even better. Right now, you can save up to $2,500 off MSRP on the all-new 2023 Wrangler Unlimited 4xE, both Rubicon and Sahara. But you better hurry because the $7,500 federal tax credit ends December 31st.
Well, hurry in before the savings is gone. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. 10,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discount on Laramie and 6,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discount on Bighorn. Rebates may include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualify and up to $1,500 in Hoblet Ram coupons only while supplies last. Special 4.99% financing for 84 months on approved credit through Travis Credit Union. Must have 760 plus FICO score to qualify. $1,415 per $1,000 borrowed. $2,500 total net savings on Wrangler after $1,000 factory rebates and $1,500 dealer discount. $7,500 income tax credit offered by third party subject to change without notice. 10-8 dealer for details.
Updated COVID vaccines are here, just in time for the season that brings us all closer. Just in time for added protection against the original COVID virus and Omicron. Just in time for crowded stores and great big family dinners. Updated COVID protection is here. And if you haven't had a vaccine since September, it's time to give yourself the gift of updated protection. Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
It's Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134-120.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21 rebound, and 12-assist triple-double. Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 three-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's.
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Final hour of the year for me. Final hour of the week for me and Jay. Remember, it'll be Jason. Oh, final hour of the year for you too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Jason and Christopher live.
Well, CV.
All next week. We'll enjoy all that. Final time we'll speak with Sam Amick in 2022 as we just get older and older and older. towards a inevitable ending, but not today. Sam Amick joins us. Good morning.
I was waiting for like older and wiser. Sometimes is the one older and
No, I saw Logan Webb last night. I shared this story earlier. I saw Logan Webb last night. I finally met him, and he said, he gave me a huge compliment, said, I'm a huge fan. I went, oh my God, I'm a huge fan of yours. That's awesome. And he goes, I listened to you all growing up. It's like, oh, great. That's neat.
I hear you.
While I'm watching the game and noticing that some of the scoreboards in the distance are getting foggier and foggier as my eyesight jumps off a cliff. But hey, Sam, we're not here to talk about how old we are. We're here to talk about the NBA and the Sacramento Kings. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a great lead.
That wasn't a question. I want to take you to journalism school.
Yeah, thanks.
That was just an announcement.
Hey, Sam, how about those Kings?
How about, man, that's borderline not a question either.
That's not right. Hey, talk about the Kings.
I'm going to continue because I care about Kings fans. I'm going to continue to be that guy who I just hope that it keeps up for them. Last night was a good night. You know, anytime the purple and gold come to town, and then you can get that win, that's big. When I look at the standings, and I just, for their sake, I just wish it was, you know, the standings looked the way they looked, and it was April already. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I look at the say it's like, man, that's 52 games left. You know, like there's a lot of basketball, but Charlotte lost bad. Lakers win good, and they're still doing their thing and playing pretty well.
I noticed that Detroit's GM got an extension a couple days ago. Rob Pelinka got an extension earlier this year. Not disparaging either of those GMs, although Rob Pelinka's stealing money. What, if anything, he is, dude, he's stealing money. But
I want to know, buddy.
In my opinion, yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years. What do we know, if anything, on because you hear rumors? I heard, I read one of our esteemed colleagues, Mark Stein, who I love dearly, had said that a contract extension is imminent. I don't want to misquote him. Sometime probably after the holidays. I'm not necessarily hearing that from the team, or are you hearing anything on that?
There's been like this informal expectation that would happen.
Yeah, informal. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm with you. There's also been, you know, I guess we always occasionally we get in the weeds when it comes to the media side of things. Like just being candid, there's been chatter coming from somewhere, I don't know where, that it was like, oh, it's kind of a handshake deal. It's basically done. And then people that definitely know, people that I trust, saying, and I'm not alone. You and I have talked about this. Other reporters have looked into it, where it's like, no, that's not the case.
No.
I think I'm in the camp of, no, it's not. You know, there's nothing done until people are saying, you know, that it's done. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, we're going to do something and then not announce it until 2 months later. Now, like the Lakers thing, for example, they did not announce at all. Now, if you make a choice to do that, that's different. But again, people who know, people who would love for Monte McNair to have an extension are adamant that that is just not the case.
It's interesting. And I you know, I don't want to get in, I don't want to put Vivek on the psychology couch, but I will. You know, I find myself wondering between the George Karl thing, between the Vlade extension, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that there's a little more, there's some reticence to jump the gun and why not wait till the end of the season. The only thing I worry about, Sam, that's because I'm a Kings fan and I'm obviously a little off in the brain. The only thing I worry about is, God, you wait till the end of the season. Who knows? What happens if, what happens if team XYZ comes a calling with triple the money offer for Monty himself? I feel like they're taking a chance here.
Yeah, I think they are too. I also, though, I'm torn on it because I hate to admit it. If I was in Vivek's shoes, I mean, we know specifically, I think we talked about it, that when he extended Vlade, I think in hindsight, there's some sense of, regret's a little strong, but an idea that, I mean, maybe it is just pure old fashioned regret, but like the idea that he did it too early. And there is, I think it's fair to also say there has been a tendency in the Kings world to get way too excited too early. And then again, I was kind of kidding, but it's also the truth. If you fast forward to April and this team just doesn't find a way to keep it going, then as much fun for them as the early going has been, it is, like a glorified version of every year in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, we'll see if that's a risk Vivek is allowed to take. I think on Monty's side, it would send a message that independent of the standings, you clearly are not sure yet if this group is a good group that I mostly put together, and and is one that has put your franchise in the right direction. I think those are the questions that get asked around this situation, but certainly a little unorthodox that a GM is in a lame duck year when they're doing pretty well.
The Athletic Sam Amick with us. Sam, though you refuse to acknowledge that he could possibly get a top 10 MVP vote, I know that you still appreciate what Domantas Sabonis has done this year. First off, at this point, is it a foregone conclusion in your mind that he will be an all-star reserve? That's part one. Part two, do you think the road is far more difficult for De'Aaron?
That's a hard one. I have not done the musical chairs exercise to see where they fall. And I've said it before when we talk, like, I think in general, people forget how few spots there are. So, yes, I think in terms of hype and conversation, it has shifted from De'Aaron to Domantas. But it was, the hype train was pretty legit for De'Aaron early on. So from a voting standpoint, these guys aren't going to get voted in.
Right.
So how do the coaches see it? Sabonis is for sure, I think, like a coach's dream in terms of just all the boxes he checks. So we'll see. But the parity would make me nervous, as far as all around the West. The parity would make me nervous if I was a Kings official who wants to at least have one of them in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Damian Lillards of the world, there's just that usually we have a calculus where you can say, well, let's reward these top 6 teams roughly. Now that top 6 is muddled into a top 10, 11, 12.
Sam Amick from The Athletic joining us, of course, from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Speaking of Sabonis, obviously there's been a lot made up about the Kings' need for a backup center, Sam. As the trade deadline slowly approaches, how is that market starting to shape out?
I mean, we're getting there. It's funny this week in particular at our place, Sham Sharani and our Chicago Bulls beat writer, Darnell Mayberry, had a piece looking at everything with the Bulls and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan not clicking. And I bring that story up because that is the type of situation where, the dominoes eventually start to fall. You're seeing like that is a calculated choice from people close to it to kind of share with the world what's happening with their team, because it's basically broadcasting like, we might break this thing up. And that is what, has, like, as far as the market goes, that's the kind of stuff that where you're on standby until those situations evolve, because now teams that might want to go after a guy like Zach LaVine, players like that, are going to see what they can do. And then when they swing and miss on the big names like that, then they start working around the edges. So it evolves. We're still pretty early. That's just an anecdotal example of one higher profile situation, but I still think we have a ways to go. We make a big deal out of the December 15th date where, a lot of the contracts become tradable and a lot of scenarios are now in play, but we obviously haven't seen the fireworks just yet.
Well, fireworks, you want to see those, all you got to do is subscribe to The Athletic, read Sam Amick, and so many other talented folks. Christmas deals abound, a great stocking stuffer for you and yours. Pleasanton's own Sam Amick. Sam, Emily, the children, everybody, love from Melissa and myself. Have a wonderful holiday if I don't talk to you before, and we'll see you soon, pal.
Sam, to you and yours, guys. Appreciate you. Talk to you.
Take care. That is Sam Amick. We will take a break. When we come back, it just keeps getting great. The voice of the 49ers, a special edition of the Greg Papa Show, coming up in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Fox comes up the floor, 2 seconds. Here's a 35-footer for the win. He's got the bucket.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Carmichael Dave here, letting you know when the housing market shifts quickly like it has the last few months, having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. It's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Now you can check them out at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, and competitive. Shelby's team, as I've told you for years, is well known in the real estate market from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved upfront so you can compete with the cash offers. With the increase in inventory, the market has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. You can always refi as soon as rates come down, or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
His voice is synonymous with Bay Area sports.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Here's the voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa.
As Santa Claus warms up the sleigh, the 49ers have brought their fans a nice, big, fat winning streak. Brock Purdy, the story of the season, a ton of touchdown San Francisco's, and soon the Gucci Dotted Cookie stuffed Greg Papa will be enjoying the holidays with his family. He joins us on a special early edition because we are off tomorrow. We appreciate that. Good morning, Mr. Papa.
The Gucci Dotted cookies have not yet arrived from the North Pole. Ooh. I am waiting for them to get here. Hopefully they'll get here. The perfect time would be for them to arrive right after the 49ers beat Washington. On Christmas Eve, game should be over about 4:30, and then roll right into the Gucci Dotted cookies and watch the Raiders and Steelers and enjoy a nice holiday. How are you guys? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. You know, one non-Niners thing you mentioned, Raiders, Steelers, and you're the voice of the Niners, but also you spent quite a bit of time with the Raider organization, to say the least. Obviously, you know, Franco Harris, anyone who met him, and I'm sure you did many times, knows he was just such a kind man. And Greg, beyond the sadness, beyond the NFL world and the world itself losing Franco, the timing, the fact that this was already going to be a thing, 50th anniversary, Pittsburgh, Raiders, all of that. I can't wrap my mind around the emotions surrounding that game Saturday.
Yeah, it's just amazing that he passed away this week. And I did have a chance to spend time with Franco at the Super Bowl 54, when the 49ers were playing Kansas City. And we actually, Phil Villapiano is a good friend of mine. And we arranged, we did an interview on Radio Row with Franco. And we had Phil call in. And Phil had gotten into the liquor cabinet a little bit that morning with Conrad Dobler. That was Priceless Radio. And they went back and forth. And actually, Phil's going to be there Saturday night. So, yeah, he really turned that franchise around. They didn't win anything for decades and decades in two pieces. Mean Joe Green on defense, obviously, and Franco Harris on offense. It's his rookie year in 1972, and being a Italian-American, before I even saw what he looked like, who's this Franco Harris guy in the Franco's Italian Army? And I saw a picture of him. I'm like, all right, he's Italian. Sammy Davis Jr. is Jewish. I get it. I expanded my thoughts on things, and it was great. But I was a Raider fan. I remember that game so well. Snake Stabler broke a long run out the left side. He came in off the bench for LaMonica and put the Raiders ahead 13-7. And then that play happened, the immaculate, we call it for years with the Raiders, deception. But he actually, it was a 4th and 10. He was supposed to block on the play, stay in, max protection, and he didn't. He just kind of stood there, and the ball ricocheted. I believe he caught it out of the air. In fact, there's a statue of Franco when you land at the Pittsburgh airport. Last time I was there, as fate would have it, as I took a selfie by that statue, Rocky Blyer came up, and we wound up taking a picture together. It was Rocky Blyer and me and the statue of Franco. I think Frenchie Fuqua, the way I see it is it's not a legal play. It was touched by Jack Tatum, and then Frenchie Fuqua tipped it, and then it went to Franco. And in those days, you couldn't have two consecutive offensive players touch the ball. And
did the ball touch the ground in your mind when Franco picked it?
There's no way to tell, Dave, because there's the angle of it. I remember watching the game on TV and Kurt Gowdy calling it, and it was a 4th and 10. Art Toms almost sacked Terry Bradshaw, and it looked like it was over, and he just flung it down the field, and it ricocheted wild. And I'm like, why is Franco Harris running with the ball that direction? Like, what happened? You had no idea. So I don't know if there's any visual evidence of the ball hitting the ground, or if he took it to the ground or trapped it, but I think it was clear. And I've had Frenchie Fuqua on shows, and I think it's pretty obvious that Tatum touched it, and then Fuqua tipped it after. He knows that, and he said he's going to take it to his grave. The thing about that date, and we had a bad day the other day with Carlos Correa and what happened here, but that date was December the 23rd, 1972. So the 50th anniversary of that is tomorrow. That was probably the worst day in Bay Area sports history, because the Raiders suffered that loss, which, a lot like the Tuck game, propelled New England's dynasty. That win for Pittsburgh, they didn't win that year. They lost the next game in the AFC Championship game to Miami, but they won 4 Super Bowls before the decade was out, and they beat the Raiders so many times in the championship game. In fact, they wound up playing in consecutive championship games in 74, 75, and 76. They played in the playoffs every year. But also on that day, so that happened, there's the first game of the championship day doubleheader. You know what happened in the second game? The 49ers lost to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, gosh.
And remember the Preston Riley onside kick deal? That was 49ers won the NFC West 3 straight years, played the Cowboys 3 straight years in the playoffs, lost to them 3 straight years in the playoffs. And by far the worst one was the 1972 loss, when that's where Roger Staubach got his nickname, a Captain Comeback. And Roger the Dodger, they were able to score a couple of touchdowns. He scored one late, and then Preston Riley just missed an onside kick, and Dallas recovered, and then he scored another one. So that would go down as probably the worst day, certainly in football Bay Area history, and probably the worst day in sports history in the Bay Area, where the Raiders and the 49ers both lost playoff games that they thought they had won.
You worried at all, other than just general worry any given Sunday, or in this case, any given Saturday? You know me, I'm a worry wart. I do think the 49ers are obviously better than the Commanders, but I don't think this is going to be an easy game by any of the imagination. That Commander defense worries me a bit. You look ahead to this game, you see any of those potholes I see?
Yeah, their defense is good. I mean, there are 2 guys in the middle, Jonathan Allen, who made the Pro Bowl yesterday, number 93, and Deron Payne next to him, number 94. The 49ers have faced a lot of great interior defensive tackles this year, some of the best in football. But I don't know if they've ever faced 2 on the same team like these guys have. These are high draft picks. Then they got Montez Sweat on the edge, who's a speed guy. McGlinchey's going to have to deal with his length and speed. And then we'll see if Chase Young plays. I don't think he's going to play. And if he does, it'd be limited. So, yeah, you're always concerned. But, Dave, I have never been more excited about a football team that I've been around on a daily and weekly basis like I am with this team. This team is solid. This team is really good. Their defense is just swarming and suffocatingly good. They're good on all levels. I mean, they built the defensive front, but now you have these 3 linebackers that are playing as well as anybody in football. Charvarius Ward, Mooney Man, the way he is man-matching wide receivers, whether it's, DK Metcalf or DeAndre Hopkins, and he may get Terry McLaurin in this game, Washington's young receiver. He's just a shutdown guy. Jimmy Ward in the slot, Diamado Lenore, safeties, Talanoa making the Pro Bowl. I mean, they are so good on defense. They're so fast and physical. They remind me of the best defenses we've seen. Pittsburgh's defense of the 70s, obviously, and the Bears of the 80s. But really, they're a combination of Tampa and their defense in 2002, which was a speed-based defense with Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and John Lynch and Rondé Barber. They were so fast that they were probably the best pass defense of all time. And then you got Baltimore's defense in 2000 and how they played the run with Tony Siragusa, Peter Boulware, and obviously Ray Lewis. The 49ers move. They're so fast, but then they tackle ferociously like Baltimore's. Baltimore's defense, they didn't tackle you. They tried to hurt you. They would bury you to the ground. It was like, whoa, these guys are mean. And that's the way the 49ers hit people. So their defense is so good. And then the addition of McCaffrey and what Brock is doing, he just doesn't make bad decisions. I am excited. I think there's a really strong chance. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. And if they have to win that last game against Arizona. But could they end the season on a 14-game winning streak, including, 7 right now, 3 more to close the regular season, and then 4 in January and February? How many teams have done that? 50 years ago, the Dolphins went 14-0 in the regular season and then won their 3 playoff games. So they obviously won 17 in a row. But how many teams have won 14 in a row to close the year and then won the Super Bowl? So I am so pumped about this team. There's not a weakness on the team. They are strong. They're getting healthy. They're locked and loaded right now. They have a great mentality. They all believe in each other. And let's just see where it all goes. But 2023 could be really exciting for this team.
Feels great, baby. You got me pumped up, man.
I get you pumped up there?
Yes,
That's how I feel, man. This team is like the other team. I don't think, the 49ers do bust here and there and give up touchdowns they shouldn't. But the other, I just wonder how the other team's going to make a first down. If you can give them 4 downs, they're not going to get 10 yards. It's like this defense is. Don't you feel that way watching this defense? How good they are?
Yes, it feels very Raven-y, very mid-80s Niner-y.
Right. Yeah, the 84 team.
Yeah.
Great defense, yeah.
Listen, you're so great. We always appreciate having you on. We look forward to listening to you on Saturday. Jason and Jay will be here next week. I will talk to you after the new year. So, hey, let's get lots of touchdown Ninerses, and let's also get lots of Coochie cookies, huh?
I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. Have a great holiday, Dave. I'll talk to you in January, I guess, then, huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Papa. Take care.
Happy New Year, my friend.
Hey,
Take care.
You too. That is the great Papa pumping me up. All right. Since we're off tomorrow, let's take a quick look. We'll give you a preview. Kings Wizards coming up on Friday. We'll do that and a few other things next.
From the draft to free agency to the summer league
to the games that matter the most.
It's good, and it's pandemonium at Golden One Center.
When it comes to the Kings, nobody has you covered like Sactown Sports, your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Enterprises.
I'm Dirk Verdorn, KCRA3 Weather Center. Areas of low clouds and fog this morning will give way to just mostly cloudy skies. We will see temperatures warming into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Expect to have a chance for some sprinkles overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
'Tis the season for winter storms. Protect your home with Byers Leaf Guard gutter systems. The only one-piece seamless system guaranteed to be clog-free. Save up to $700 off installation labor. Visit that'sbyers.com for details.
That's Byers. There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Tune in every Wednesday to the Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross Show for Wine Wednesday, where they whine about plays, calls, everything from the past week in sports. Wine Wednesday, brought to you by E2 Family Winery.
Hey, it's Nick Cattles, and you should start your holidays right with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from California Backyard. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill is turning me into a pro. Think outside the kitchen this year and cook your entire holiday meal on a Napoleon gas grill. Napoleon, their grills are built to last. I'll tell you right now, all made with premium steel that boasts quality. Check out Napoleon Grills today at any of the 4 nearby California backyard locations. They're always the best in backyard living. Check them out at Napoleon.com.
This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Happy Honda days are happening right now. Trade in and trade up. Get top dollar for your trade and take advantage of low APR financing and great lease rates at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2020 total new car sales from American Honda Motor Company Zone 1 report.
I'm Craig Ashton with the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. It may sound contradictory for a personal injury firm to wish you a safe holiday season, but we at Ashton & Price wish that no one has to suffer an injury in an automobile collision. But if you're an accident injury victim, you can lean on Ashton & Price to do all the legal legwork. They introduce you to the best medical care providers in the area, so during this holiday season, you can focus on your health and your family. So from all of us at Ashton & Price, we advise you to have the happiest and safest of holidays.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Chrysler's Big Finish event?
We are finishing the year strong with $10,000 off MSRP on both the new 2022 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs and Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, no payments for 90 days. And when you come in, ask about our Hoblet exclusive 4.99% financing for 84 months.
Are you sure that's for both the Laramie and Bighorn?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And it gets even better. Right now, you can save up to $2,500 off MSRP on the all-new 2023 Wrangler Unlimited 4xe, both Rubicon and Sahara. But you better hurry because the $7,500 federal tax credit ends December 31st.
Well, hurry in before the savings is gone. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. 10,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discount on Laramie and 6,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discount on Bighorn. Rebates may include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualify and up to $1,500 in Hoblet Ram coupons only while supplies last. Special 4.99% financing for 84 months on approved credit through Travis Credit Union. Must have 760 plus FICO score to qualify. $1,415 per 1,000 borrowed. $2,500 total net savings on Wrangler after $1,000 factory rebates and $1,500 dealer discount. $7,500 income tax credit offered by third party subject to change without notice. 10 savings to dealer for details.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life or your choices with just one wrong pill. Find medically proven treatment options at choosemat.org.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got back in the win column last night after taking down the hated Lakers.
The seconds are counted down with Dellavedova dribbling in the backcourt. The horn sounds. The beam will be lit. The Kings have won their second straight this season against the Lakers. The final score in this one is 134-120.
Domantas Sabonis continued his push to be an all-star, finishing the game with a 13-point, 21-rebound, and 12-assist triple-double. Kevin Huerter broke out of his shooting slump, scoring 26 points on 64% shooting from the field, including 3 three-pointers. The Kings look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow night against the Wizards. 6 San Francisco 49ers have been named to the Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman Trent Williams, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, tight end George Kittle, defensive end Nick Bosa, linebacker Fred Warner, and safety Talanoa Hufanga will represent the NFC during the February 5th flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140 on Sactown Sports 1140.
I want to thank, this actually sounds funny. I want to thank my dad, Norman. That's my dad's name isn't Norman, it's Jack, but the
Why are you calling him Norman then?
The username on the YouTube chat is my dad, Norman.
Oh.
Which is kind of funny. Someone needs to come up with a username like your mom so that dummies like me, I'd like to thank your mom. What? No, you get the point. I don't know how I missed this from last night. Maybe it's all the Lakering and Kinging. Do you have that ready yet or no?
Yeah, I told you I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Never hear me.
I always listen. Is it in?
It's in our daily audio.
It's in our daily audio. Is it under P?
No.
Oh, let me refresh.
That was the Josh Jacobs audio.
That's right. Thank you. I have more audio. That's weird. All I see are headlines and P.
Hold on,
so
not me.
Maybe not my bad. Who knows? Either way, let me. I missed this, and thank you. So the Celtics were hosting the Indiana Pacers yesterday, and a player was getting interviewed prior to the game. And you can tell
Should be there now.
Way before the game. There it is. Thank you. And you see Buddy Hield, old friend Buddy Hield, shooting in the background. And by the way, for the record, he makes a 3.
Good for him.
Now, I really wanted to be careful. I had to really zoom in on this to make sure. Because with this, you want to be sure. I think a court of law would rule, yes, that as you're listening to the interview, listen in the background. Of course, we've bleeped it, but still, if you have young children in the car, please turn the clip down. Buddy offers his opinion on Sacramento.
You benefit from playing with Jason and Jalen every day, practicing with them, and maybe help your development.
One more time.
You benefit from playing with Jason and Jalen every day, practicing with them, and maybe help your development.
So, Jay, because we're a family station, bleeped out 2 words. One I will not repeat. The other one, I'm saying it out of order here, was my.
Mm-hmm.
You can guess what the third word was. It's not a good out loud word for the radio.
No.
Buddy was inviting the entire city of Sacramento to do something that should only be done between two consenting adults.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, he was already booed. Welcome to a lifetime of thunderous boos, Buddy Hield.
Well, can you blame him?
No.
That was the thing. I heard the audio. I'm like,
yep.
I'm not even mad at the guy. You come back. Did he have the greatest tenure in Sacramento Kings history? No.
Yep.
Was it terrible? No.
Yep.
Did he deserve to be booed mercilessly? No. And he was. He's going to feel some type of way. And one thing we learned about Buddy in his stint in Sacramento was if something's on Buddy's mind, he will say it. Not one to hold back.
The only thing I liked about the booing was it seemed to rattle him a little bit. I didn't think Buddy Hield deserved to be booed. Buddy Hield frustrated the hell out of me.
Everybody's frustrated. If you didn't get frustrated watching Buddy Hield, then you're just too nice of a person.
But you know what the thing about Buddy Hield was? He's a very kind person. He played through everything. The guy was nicked up quite a bit, played through it. He was the type of player that the medical staff had to force to sit out games, and he'd be yammering at him that he's okay to play. He'd always show up. He was always on time. Now, I know I'm giving basics, but this isn't always the case in the NBA. He's a deadly three-point shooter who has serious weaknesses to his game that I 100% acknowledge. I'm not trying to defend. When we traded and got off of his salary, it was a net gain plus the whole Sabonis thing. I'm ecstatic with the move. He never misrepresented Sacramento.
He won the 3-point title with the Kings jersey on.
I didn't understand the booing, but whatever. It's a fan's right. Here's the reason. The only tangible reason why I have an issue with that is Sacramento is trying to change a culture, and I think they've done a lot of that. I'm just saying, when you're Sacramento, the more agents, and before I even say this, I know I'm going to get a collective eye roll from a lot of fans, but trust me when I say this matters a little bit when you're working in the margins. The more agents and players that you can get, that when they're not here in Sacramento, they speak kindly of the city. And I think if you sat Buddy down and really talked to him, I think we really sat him down, I think he'd say, I love my time in Sacramento. I love the fans in Sacramento. That really hurt my feelings. I think he would say that. I
don't know if he loved his time here.
Well, I'm talking about relating to the fans in the city. I'm sorry.
Still.
No, and I'm aware of the Instagram likes of things, and Buddy had a little passive aggressiveness to him.
A little.
I guess I just saw. I guess I'm on an island here. I again was very happy with the trade. Buddy was one of the most frustrating players in the history of the team to me. I also think he's a good dude who's generally happy, wakes up every day like, hey, thank God for life, love, and whatever the other thing was. But Man, Sac fans do not like Buddy Hield. I am 100% in the minority here. They really don't like Buddy Hield. And my thing is this, dude. I do not believe he deserves the Jason Terry, Spencer Hawes, James Johnson. I don't believe he deserves to be in that echelon of ex-Kings, but he is now. He is one.
There's no going back after that one.
Oh, no.
You benefit from playing with Jason and Jalen every day, practicing with some, and maybe help your development.
Yeah, that's one other note here. We're going to get it. Do we want to do 3 in the key here or in the next segment?
We can skip it.
Yeah.
By the time we get back, I think they'll have played 30 more games. So
we were going to give you a first look on Kings Wizards, but this came off the wire. And of course, me being ADD, I had to pounce on this. Let me give you one more clip then that has nothing to do with basketball at all. But this is a very funny exchange. I want to say it was Derek Carr was mic'd up in the huddle. You might have seen this floating around online. And Josh Jacobs had to go, buddy.
I want to pee so bad. Really? You got to pee? Do not pee your pants.
Hey, I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. That'll be bad for business.
But if the way you run, you get hit one time.
And it just come out. Hey,
then
if you see me just later, you know what it is.
You just got to eat that.
Hey, you know what it is.
You just got to eat
that.
that.
You see me just later, you know what it is.
Then you wait for the water bottle. Hey, Josh needs y'all. He'll be back one play.
I mean, it happens.
In the iconic Dumb and Dumber scenario, just go, man.
That what, like Mark Schlereth?
Just go, man.
Just go. I don't know, dude. That's a tough. It sucks when you have to pee no matter what, but when you have to pee and you're about to get hit by,
if you're gonna get hit, it's coming out.
It's coming out.
If you get popped, it's coming out.
And God forbid you have a stomach issue. I don't know how that doesn't happen more often. If I was an NFL player, any game I'm wearing white pants and I'm worried about what I ate the night before, I'm going. You know how I'm.
You got the squishies.
You know how I'm playing? Depends.
That's the worst idea.
Just saying. Well, there's no depend when it comes to. Well, there is all depend, I guess. I take it back. When it comes to your home furnace keeping you warm all winter long, and your AC. Your AC in the summer. Let American Energy help you out. Let me tell you a little bit about my friends at American Energy. Better Business Bureau A+ rating. Greater Sacramento area since 1981. They are local. They're good people. I enjoy spending time with them and hearing about their business because it is important to me when I tell you after 20 years on the air in this town to go somewhere and buy something and trust these people. I feel like you're trusting me. I take that very, very seriously. I really do. There's not a lot in this world I take seriously. I do take that very seriously. And American Energy wants to make sure that you and your family are safe this winter with a $49 furnace tune-up to ensure your system is running safe and efficient. If you're ready for a new one, by the way, get half off with American Energy's 50% off furnace special. When you purchase a whole home HVAC system, get your furnace half off. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. That's AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. We wrap up the year with news and notes, a little bit of audio, celebrity birthdays, so much more right after this.
Sactown Sports 1140 is broadcasting live on YouTube.
To me, it's a must watch.
Check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and the Cattles and Rami Show.
Plus, get exclusive content.
Search Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.
Have you heard the news? New Hondas are back at Capital City Honda, including the all-new redesigned 2023 CR-V and HR-V. Stop by today or visit us at capcityhonda.com and see our new car inventory with no dealer markup. Have a car to sell or trade? We're paying top dollar for any make and model. Cap City Freeway at the Fulton Avenue exit by the Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. capcityhonda.com.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but will also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
This NBA Christmas Day, we've got 5 games of holly jolly non-stop play. Knicks are on the nice list, and Sixers making miracles near 34. Celtics are lighting it up, and Bucks are soaring. Golden State's got 4 golden rings, and it's all gravy for the Grizzlies. Suns hot like cocoa, while Nuggets feeling oh so icy.
That one up all the way to the North Pole.
Mavs making magic, and Lakers are leaping across the court. Now that is Christmas Day in the NBA.
Merry Christmas.
Featuring Lakers versus Mavericks at 2:30 Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pi customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pi Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pi, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypi.com. Plus, with pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, which means no additional bill if your business grows.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pi Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who's hot? Domantas Sabonis. This is becoming a regular thing during this segment. Last night, he became the first player with 75 rebounds and 30 assists over a 4-game span since Wes Unseld, former Bullets Hall of Famer, did it in 1970. The only other players to accomplish that feat are Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and former Royals/Kings big man Maurice Stokes. Who is not? The Warriors of Golden State, California, who lost by 30 last night against the Nets after falling by 38 on Tuesday night against the Knicks. They are the second defending champion to lose consecutive games by 30 or more points, joining the 98-99 Bulls in that category. Of course, as most people would recall, the 98-99 Bulls had completely stripped their championship team down to its nothings. So not good company that the Warriors are keeping. David, back to you.
Sorry, somebody had a large package. Out of context, that sounds weird. It
all sounds weird in context.
There was a lady that was carrying a
someone who works here.
We're now not the only people here. And by the way, we are the only.
Who's joining us?
there is a lady that works here downstairs that was carrying.
You don't know her name?
I do know her name. I don't know. I feel weird sharing it.
Oh, really? Did you share everyone else's name?
Well, yeah, but not people that work here. I mean, you're the one that we were alone in this building earlier. Now,
yeah, and you wanted us to die.
Now there's a few.
You announced it to the whole world. Hey, me and Jay are here with. We're just here. Come visit.
Even though we're the only live show on today here, they're still playing Christmas carols on Mix downstairs.
I think Cattles and Rami are live.
No. I mean right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean this particular.
Okay, well, there's only
period.
2.
Who is? Did you do who's hot and who's not?
I did.
You did them both.
I did them both.
That long, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
What'd you think?
Well, I thought we had a 3-minute break.
We did.
Wow. Time got away, and I need to quit being chivalrous. It's time for news and notes.
Stand by on this frequency.
It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
No, not Jason Ross. He is on vacation. He will be back.
Never, apparently.
Monday, I believe.
How much time does Jason just skip out?
Why does anybody ever get on? Why does anybody ever get on Jason for taking time off with kidney stones, vacations, pre-planned? and cleared through management. Like, come on. Be a pro. Sunday Ticket will now be a property of Google. And what that means it'll be a property of YouTube TV, which is great news for all of us YouTube TV subscribers, but also has scared a lot of people as well. This will start in 2023. We don't have terms yet, or at least I have not seen terms, but they will have the exclusive right to distribute it. Knowing YouTube, they will be bringing some technological advancements, I hope. Here's what I hope. And Bill Simmons actually tweeted this out earlier, and it's one of the few times I very much agree with him. If they can somehow make it so that you can run up to 4 games on a screen and you can manually pick those 4 games, that's a game changer. I don't need to watch 8 games on one screen. I can't do it. So I default to the red zone. This is how I watch football. Red zone and the 49ers. And whatever the other featured game is from time to time. But if you can actually... The thing about YouTube that would be so exciting, because DirecTV sucks so bad, and the greatest day of my life, other than, having kids and stuff, was the day I cut that cord. There's so many things that you can do with YouTube TV that I hope they implement. Like, for example, picking manually your own games that you can put on the screen. Also, how about, and they toyed with this before on other things, but how about being able to, if you want to manually enter your fantasy football players? And whenever they do anything, boom, it pops up on your screen as a little graphic, and you can go right to that play, or you can go right to that game. Or if any of your players are in the red zone, same thing. You can go right to that game.
When's your meeting with the board for your presentation?
It's actually, I'm supposed to be on vacation tomorrow. I'm actually flying to San Francisco. That's right, I fly to San Francisco. It's 18 minutes. And meeting with all the Googles, Sergey Brin and everybody else. Really, there's a lot. There's a lot of really cool innovations that they already have the technology for, that they can implement. And these are just, a lot of this is some pieces they've pulled from other places. Some of this already exists, but bring it all under one roof. And by the way, please don't get rid of Red Zone. Do not make Red Zone a mandatory part of Sunday Ticket. That will tick me off. I still need to be able to get my Red Zone channel.
Oh, it'll tick you off. You'll still buy it. That's all they care about is your money.
Yeah, but I'll have to buy it. Then I'll be angry.
You get to buy it.
I want to still be able to pay $10 a month for my Red Zone. Thank you very much. The Great Lakes right now, it's not a great place to be. And no pun intended.
Pardon the pun.
This bomb cyclone happening, all this stuff. The Great Lakes wave model is now showing 20-foot waves that are simultaneously occurring on Lake Superior, Michigan, Erie, and Ontario. National Weather Service says this will be one for the history books, and I'm not the only one that picked up on it. Somebody said this a while back, and it's always stuck in my head. The Edmund Fitzgerald should be as culturally relevant as the Titanic, and it's not. And if you're not a Gordon Lightfoot fan,
which most of you listening aren't,
you should be. Number one of the great singer-songwriters of ever. And you're not familiar with the lyrics or the song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, are you, Jay?
No, not a Gordon Lightfoot guy.
Let me tell you, the only people that aren't Gordon Lightfoot people are people that haven't heard Gordon Lightfoot. And I hate people that say that, but it's true. Sundown, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Anyways, read the lyrics someday and listen to his song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It might be the most beautifully written song ever. It's certainly in the conversation. It's also the most devastating lyrics you'll ever hear. It's about a real-life tragedy that happened on the Great Lakes. Dude, there will be no Gordon Lightfoot slander on this show.
I didn't slander Gordon. Second best Gordon next to Hayward?
No, dude, he trounces Gordon Hayward. Are you kidding me?
What about Commissioner Gordon?
Gordon Lightfoot is a living legend. And he's still alive.
He is?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yes, Gordon Lightfoot is alive.
Coming up in celebrity birthdays, there's someone still alive that I did not know was still alive. Very happy to celebrate her birthday today. That's a tease.
Domantas Sabonis is checking boxes off this season.
He's tall.
He leads the league in rebounds per game at 12.3. I believe he also leads the league in overall rebounds. He is shooting a career high from 3, 41.3. It's like all that offseason work starting to pay off.
Yeah, it also seems like I don't think the Kings got hosed in that trade.
Oh, gosh. What is
Boy, did that quiet down.
Sacramento must be this amazing place to live and play if players that were here that got shipped off can't shut up.
I think I'm more just like early in the season, Tyrese is just out of this world. How did the Kings do this?
Yeah.
And Tyrese is still playing phenomenally, unless you're Wally Zerbiak. I don't know if you heard that audio.
Yeah. That Zerbiak was out of pocket.
And Zerbiak apologized later on.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, he apologized. Basically, and if people haven't heard it yet, he basically just like post-game on a Knicks broadcast, was a Knicks-Pacers game, just called Tyrese a wannabe all-star. It just just slandered Tyrese for no reason.
Like out of the blue, too.
Yeah, it was like, why? What did Tyrese do to you, Wally?
Like I found a little I felt myself getting very defensive over Tyrese.
Yeah, and I've actually, of all people, been not defensive over Tyrese, but I was like, hey, bro, you're a little out of line right now. That's kind of out of pocket, dude. Be a pro.
Did you see did your Matt Barnes go after Zerbiak?
Yes.
That was nice. Went after him on his NSFW language. But Domantas Sabonis is also leading the league now in double-doubles. He had a triple-double last night.
Light work.
That is an all-star, my friends. I'm
feeling good about this one.
I started the campaign, man. I'm driving the bus. I'm not saying Domantas Sabonis is going to win the MVP. He will not. He will not finish top 5 in MVP voting. He will not. He's going to finish top 10 in MVP voting this year. I'm telling you, I want to start hearing those funny MVP chants.
By the way, I do want to point this out because this still gets lost on people. He's 26 years old.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I can't believe we gave away Tyrese Halliburton for nothing. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's a heck of a nothing they got. Best nothing ever, Domantas Sabonis.
Best nothing. Domantas Sabonis is the best nothing we've ever gotten ever in the world. Today is National Date Nut Bread Day.
I love me some date nut bread.
It's also National Regifting Day.
Regifters, are you a regifter?
No, I don't like. The only time I'll ever regift something is if it's something that I will never use and I know somebody will love. And you know what? I tell them. I'm also not a huge fan of gift certificates and stuff. I'm old school. I think gift certificates are lazy.
It depends.
Pay attention to the person.
I think for 90%, you're correct, but there are some people that's just what they want. And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, well, that's what I do that for my mother, to be clear.
Yeah, same.
Because my mom's favorite day of the year other than Christmas is the day afterward. She and my sister can go return everything.
Got it. There you go.
Celebrity birthdays.
Happy birthday to actor Hector Elizondo. You may know him from Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Pretty Woman. He was in Beverly Hills Cop 3. How old is he, David?
He is 50.
Close. He's 86. Just end it there.
He's a young 86.
He is a very 86. Happy birthday, Jordan Sparks. Recently appeared on Dancing with the Stars, former American Idol contestant. How old is Jordan Sparks?
Who
Tell
is
me
he?
how I have to breathe with no air. She
is 33.
She is 33. Very well.
No, she is. Are you serious?
God, she's 33.
Are you serious?
Excellent job, you Jordan Sparks fan. Happy birthday, Megan Trainor. All about that bass, no trouble. How old's Megan Trainor?
You know what? I asked her how old she was, and you know what she said?
What?
She said, my answer is no.
Oh, okay.
N to the O.
How old is she?
She is 29.
You looked these up. She's 29.
I swear to God, can we stop?
I got two more. Quickly.
Okay. All right.
You're on a roll here.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday to Two Live Crew's Uncle Luke.
Uncle Luke is 62.
Stop it.
Wow.
You cheater. And finally, happy birthday to Rachel Nichols' stepmom, Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer is 74.
77. You had to break it at some point, but that's maybe your best ever.
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 And that's how we end the year. Listen, everybody, we want to see all, if not more of you coming up next year. Have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you do celebrate. Be safe on the new year. Love all of you so much, from my family to yours. It will be Jason and Chris next week. Jay and I will be back after the new year. Have a great weekend. Jim Rome is next. Bye. Now.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend. Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com, 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814.
Folks, there's been some fumbles on the way to the big game, but he's been getting some help to get it done tonight. Here's the throw. And he's off to the races. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown. He did it, folks. He did it.
Regain and optimize your sexual performance. Drug-free and surgery-free. The Gainswave treatment will help you get that bedroom touchdown. See what Dr. Dan Botha and his team at Gainswave can do for you. Visit GainswaveCalgary.ca.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Chrysler's big finish event?
We are finishing the year strong with 10,000 off MSRP on both the new 2022 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs and Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, no payments for 90 days. And when you come in, ask about our Hoblet exclusive 4.99% financing for 84 months.
Are you sure that's for both the Laramie and Bighorn?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And it gets even better. Right now, you can save up to $2,500 off MSRP on the all-new 2023 Wrangler Unlimited 4xe, both Rubicon and Sahara. But you better hurry because the $7,500 federal tax credit ends December 31st.
Well, hurry in before the savings is gone. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. 10,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discount on Laramie and 6,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discount on Bighorn. Rebates may include $2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualify and up to $1,500 in Hoblet Ram coupons only while supplies last. Special 4.99% financing for 84 months on approved credit through Traverse Credit Union. Must have 760 plus FICO score to qualify. $14.15 per $1,000 borrowed. $2,500 total net savings on Wrangler after $1,000 factory rebates and $1,500 dealer discount.